What's up, folks? I have returned. I hope you all are doing well on this fine Saturday evening. Doing a little bit of an earlier stream today because my guest who will be joining me here shortly, my buddy Redski, he has another stream he's doing tonight at 8 p.m. with Ziley, which I will link after, once we get towards the end of this stream. He's going to be going on with Ziley and essentially going over the video, which is what we'll be doing here. But we'll also be talking about a couple other things that have been happening right now in real time online on Twitter, because apparently Repzilla has responded, but not in video format. He's been responding in tweets, and we'll go over that once Redski gets here. I see some of you on the chat. Demon King Drago, what's up, buddy? It's been a while since I've seen you here on the stream. Emmy, what is up? What is up, Bowsette? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are enjoying yourselves this fine Saturday evening. We'll wait for a couple more people to filter in here, as well as Redski, and then, like I said, we'll get started. We'll go over certain points of his video. I won't be going over the entire thing because it is an hour and 44 minutes long, and if anything, we can break it up, right? We can do a little bit today. We could do a little bit maybe on the next stream, go over a little bit more. But there's certain things that I really wanted to just kind of key in on in regards to Redski's video. So once he gets on here, we'll do that. Let me get it ready here. Let's see. Yeah, because he got really in depth. It's much longer than his previous video on Repzilla. I think his original one was about 40 minutes. This one clocked in at about an hour and 44 minutes. So crazy stuff, but very detailed, very meticulous with his takedown of Repzilla. Very impressed with Redski's work. Demon King Drive, I hear you. Oh man. Well, I wish him a speedy recovery, man. Tyler Ward, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but we'll see what it is that Redski wants to cover first. If you guys haven't seen the video, I will also go ahead and link his video here in the chat for those of you that want to check it out later. If you want to see it in its entire hour and 44-minute glory, I'll link it here in the chat for those of you that want to check it out. Get a chance. Yeah, really, really detailed stuff. He goes everywhere with everything that is at least that has been publicly known about Repzilla regarding the whole RSN situation, the leafy greens, the stuff with Primink, all that stuff. I mean, he just with just about every conceivable situation that Repzilla has found himself in that is relevant to show kind of his inconsistency, right, and his hypocrisy when it comes to certain situations. He did a good job of just like really just breaking it down, going detail for detail in those points. So what's up, CWP? The first video is also an hour long. Yeah, that's right. His first video was about an hour long, but this one, yeah, he went that extra mile and he did a great job. So I thought it was a well-made video. What's up, Nero the Human? How you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, he really went in depth. He really did. But that's the thing. Redski does have he does have a knack for that. If you guys haven't seen, he has another video for those of you that are interested in Elder Scrolls. He did a really good iceberg video about Elder Scrolls that's worth checking out. But I guess while we're waiting for him to show up, we'll go ahead and get started on at least the beginning of the video with this, right? Because I thought this was good of him to do. He clarified the whole thing with the stalker, which is really the only thing that he had gotten wrong in his previous videos. So kudos to Redski for doing that. And it's good that he did it, right at the very beginning, just kind of took accountability for it, say, hey, got this wrong, but correcting the record now.
That the information regarding the police report was already publicly available. Dude, if I had to find that information on you, I would need to have your docs, something I don't have, and frankly, I don't want to have. However, Repzilla did provide these receipts in his video that show that he indeed had an internet stalker. And it seems that stalker was indeed the girl from Canada. Another bit of information that I got wrong and wanted to clear up in this segment is when I said that Repzilla lived in Tennessee at the time of the stalking situation. I came to that conclusion for a couple of reasons. For one, the girl said that he lived in Tennessee during her interview with Marcy, and while that alone I took with a grain of salt, Repzilla's Bandcamp profile also listed Chattanooga, Tennessee as his location, and the same was done in his location on his Twitter bio back in 2018, according to the Wayback Machine. So to clear up that debacle, as Repzilla stated, he lived in Georgia at the time of the stalking incident. So to summarize, yes, there was a stalker. And had Repzilla given the details he did sooner, none of this would have been a problem. The one thing that did confuse me in this segment was the police report he showed. While it did show he filed a police report for online harassment, there isn't anything that links it directly to the girl. More so, it's just circumstantial. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Redski, he got a police report and he's finally coming forward about his stalker. You should be giving him the benefit of the doubt. And yes, while I could offer him that, there's other times later in his video where he tells the truth, but then hides unnecessary lies and misrepresented information behind those truths. I just find it unnecessary for there to be that police report, considering I found the messages he showed between him and that girl to be much more damning. Regardless, I am glad he finally came forward and cleared up this situation. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to talking about...
See,
the fact that Repzilla spends
one thing
a majority
I think that's
of his
missing
video
a lot
talking about Marcy tells me one thing
in the commentary
only.
community.
Repzilla is just,
is people afraid of being wrong about stuff. So it's good to see that Red, like I said, took accountability for it. Because to me, look, being wrong, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think too many people hang their hat on it. They worry about it to the point. Hey, what's up, Red?
Oh, what's up, John?
No, I was just saying that it was. I'm glad that you had clarified the stuff that you got wrong at the very beginning, because it's one of the things that I think a lot of people in the commentary community have a big problem doing, is when they get stuff wrong, they don't ever want to admit it, or they try to double down or completely deflect from the fact that they got something wrong.
Yeah.
Instead of just owning the fact that, all right, hey, look, I got this one wrong, but I'll correct the record.
Well, it's just being honest, and it's like, if I got something wrong, I'm gonna correct the record. I'm not gonna just sit by and let that sink around,
Yeah, no, it's good that you did, man, and I appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah,
it's very important, because I mean, like I said, that's how you really build integrity in this. But I was waiting for you to come on because
Repzilla was questioning that integrity today, it seemed.
Well, I mean, look, I think it shows integrity when you're willing to do that. But that is what it is. Speaking of that, because I was saying that there's stuff happening on Twitter right now.
Oh my God, it was awful, dude. He was under someone else's thread, talking about something that he didn't. He was talking about stuff that he's like, this was sent to me about my video. And it's like, he didn't even fucking watch the video. Why are you criticizing a video that you didn't even watch?
Okay, so all right, I'm going to show what it is that you're talking about here. So it's in regards to this thread, right?
In chat, she said he kind of indirectly said he was a hypocrite. Yeah, because he basically, what he did is with the RSN stuff, he's like, he's like, did you ever talk to RSN or Amber about the situation, or did you just run with it? And it's like, dude, that's what you're doing on Twitter right now. You're running with stuff that was told to you.
Okay. So this is the thread, right? Is this the right thread? Okay,
yes,
so this all started because Xylee shared her stream, talked about her stream tonight, and then he hopped in here, and this is what he said. He said, what I want to know is why someone told me, he said I was friends with Arson and struck some deal to take down all the videos he made about me because I'm not, and that didn't happen. I would like to see any evidence. To which you replied, you're deflecting the main point of my criticism in that segment. Tell me why you refused to take the videos down when the accused asked you to. And then he responds saying, she didn't ask me to take it down. She apologized and said, he was getting her to go around and ask people to take down any video about the rape situation. Later, he showed me evidence that made me question the situation, and then I took the video down. I'm not deflecting. You are. Where's the evidence of your claims? And then you show him the screen.
Yep, because that's that's the evidence. And the other thing is, a lot of the stuff was discussed in the call between him and RSN. It's not stuff that I can bring up because only he and RSN have those recordings. RSN actually does have the video on YouTube. It's privated. I can ask him if he can unprivate it, because the thing is, yes, Repzilla did see the evidence RSN was showing him, but it was evidence that was so publicly available, the video, because he showed Repzilla the video of Amber saying it wasn't a rape, and he shows all the other evidence that was already posted on YouTube when Amber basically got outed for lying.
Yeah.
And he was like, I never saw that. And then RSN is like, well, Rep, yes, you. He's like, how could you have not? Like, that stuff was like a big deal. Like, even the commentary guys went over it a little bit. And he's
Yeah.
just like, I never saw it. He basically completely played stupid. And that's why I came to that conclusion that was he was being dishonest, because it like, you could hear the tone in his voice and stuff, and it sounded like he was deflecting. You can hear him in the call when he comes in there, he's very hostile.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Look, so it says, this presumably the Amber girl, right? Hey, listen, I already talked to Arson. Can you take down the rapist vid? I cannot. I have a written story from you verifying a lot. I suggest you look inward on this matter and not let the guy have the ability to hurt others. Real Stream News is a terrible person. I will be contacting the authorities about him. I suggest we no longer have contact if this is a stance you take. That's crazy.
That's insane,
to respond
dude.
to her like that.
And I want to know if Steve still has the screenshot of the DMs where he asked Repzilla that if he wanted to like talk things out with RSN like 2 years ago or something, and Repzilla's like, I'd rather eat chalk than talk to RSN.
Oh my gosh! See, and here's look at his response to this right after you shared that. Yeah, where's the rest of the conversation? Did you at least talk to her or RSN himself, or just go with it? Which you already did talk to RSN.
Dude, I've had DMs with RSN for like months.
Yeah. What's crazy though is like he's making it seem like, all right, well, there's more context here, but it's kind of like, dude,
where's the context then?
Sure, maybe, but here's the thing. Look at what he's saying here, though. I suggest we no
I
longer have
know.
contact. If this is a stance you take, it's like, what? She just told
like
you to take down the video.
That was my criticism.
What more context do you need?
Yeah, no, that was my criticism, is he was asked to take down the video by the person who made the accusation. You can't defend that. You just take the fucking video down, dude.
Yeah. Well, then like I said, in your video, you have the call with her where she's saying, with the mom and stuff, which kind of, at least to me, I mean, that irrefutably proves, what you're saying is true. I mean,
yes.
it's backed up.
Well,
by the
here's the other
herself.
thing. I tried looking for a police report and there wasn't one. So I can't, like, I have to go off of what I have. I couldn't find a police report because I looked up his name. I looked up her name. I tried finding like records of like rape and stuff. And he even said that there was never a police report that was filed because the police concluded that there was not enough substantial evidence. I literally say this shit in my video.
Yeah. No, I see. You told me, I talked to RSN directly. I actually heard that call that the two of you had recently regarding the videos. And then he says, then you heard me say, no, don't take any videos down. You also heard him show me some evidence that made me question the situation. Okay, what is he talking about there?
Yes, that actually did happen. No, because basically they made the whole deal. It's not like some weird like conspiracy or whatever. Basically, all the deal was because it was like a 2-hour conversation and it was like a lot of back and forth. Repzilla kept on deflecting conveniently enough. Like when RSN's like, can we talk about the Amber situation? He's like, oh, what about the time you did this? And it was completely unrelated. Just basically stuff that wasn't related to the conversation RSN was wanting to have. And what happened was they basically came to an agreement where RSN's like, because the videos fucked him up bad. Like other people made videos. They were like, oh, he's a rapist. It still follows him to this day. So he's like, it really messed me up and I would like it if you could take the videos down. And basically they came to the agreement that if Repzilla took down the videos or privated the videos that RSN or that he made on RSN being a rapist, then RSN would have to private or take down the videos that he made on Repzilla. That was literally the deal.
So yeah, quid.
That's why both of them don't have the videos on their channel aniteanymore. It's in the fucking call, and I can't have that evidence because it's audio, and it's only the two of them that have it.
So I guess what I would ask you is if somebody were to tell you, hey, would you stake your credibility on that, right? On the
RSN is more credible than Repzilla in this situation, 100%. And I know that's a mask off take for some people, but like, you got to understand, Repzilla, like, he's fucking dishonest and he deflects all the time. Like, I have no reason to believe somebody who's a habitual liar.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, the thing is, the guy's all over the place when it comes to stuff. That's what I've seen. That seems to be consistent with him. When it comes to his takes on stuff.
It gets better.
Oh, is there more in this? Is there more in this?
I mean, he just keeps going. He says that everything was my fault.
Oh wait, where's that? Because I don't see that in here.
It's probably in the subsection of the argument stuff. Because Xylee and him were going at it pretty hard.
Hold on, I'm trying because I'm seeing it's all part of this thread.
Well, it's in the thread. I don't know because he was like replying to a bunch of different people. in the same like Twitter post.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me go to Xylee's.
Dude, but yeah, he and Xylee went at it pretty hard.
Let me see, because I mean, if he's, hold on. Okay.
No, it's in the thread. Did you go to her replies? Yeah,
all right, I'm in her. Yeah, I'm in her replies right now. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, is this it? Hold on. How far back should I go? I guess.
She just made a lot of it. She's like completely like always telling him. She's like, just stop arguing on Twitter and get into a debate. And she's just like, watch the fucking video. Like everybody was telling him to watch the video, and he was sitting around on Twitter complaining about a video he didn't even watch.
All right, so hold on. Let me see. When did this start? Probably a little bit over an hour ago, right?
God, I don't even remember, dude. I was like in a studio session a couple hours ago.
Okay, so let me see if I can, because it's probably going to be her and her responses, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it looks like does it start here? Here it is. Yeah, I think this was it.
Yeah,
right?
that's when it started.
Being the reactor here of all things, it was from with that is the only thing I've heard about it. Okay, so obviously right there saying he basically didn't
well, it's also funny that he like
it.
pinpoints on that, and it's like, dude, there's so much fucking more to that video that you fucked up on than just like that RSN stuff. And yeah, like the source where RSN and him were friends, RSN told me that directly. He also was friendly with RSN in like live stream chats and stuff.
Yeah.
Back in the day, back before Leafy Greens. Like basically everything I say in my video, it's true. Like I'm so annoyed how he's like trying to like pivot the conversation and shit.
Yeah. It seems par for the course with them though. So okay, question being I'm reactor of all the things that was that longest video. That is that is what you have a problem with? That is the only thing I've heard about it. Really?
Yeah, it's like don't go with stuff then. Don't run with that shit.
It's interesting. Well, whoever told you that missed a whole hell of a lot of the video seems to me someone is trying to harp on certain points and not the main point of the video. To which Repzilla responds, well, I know that is not true for sure. The painting of me as lying about my stalker and saying I tried to fly her out wasn't.
See, he shifted the conversation. That was not what the conversation was about.
Accusation like that is damaging for a male creator. Yeah, but you corrected that. You corrected that at the very beginning of the video.
Pointed that
less than 5 minutes in. Dude, he cleared that up in the video. You yourself said you saw my stream on your video. He was there. His new video clears that up. Yeah, you literally clear that up at the very beginning of the video, which we just watched that. There's so much more than 2 points that are being that you are bringing up. I'm sure there is, but I haven't seen the video yet. He's okay.
It's fucking
then
stupid.
why
it's
are
like
you
then
here?
don't go to make that fucking nuclear take. Here's the thing. I can see him running to like Twitter. Like I'd say it would be like I'd give him a pass if he just ran to Twitter with that take. And then when he points out that he didn't watch the video and someone's like, well, go watch the video. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll watch the video. Then I'd give him a pass, but he keeps fighting it. He keeps fighting it. And then he like shifts the conversation to other stuff. And it's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, come on.
Yeah, I always find it weird when people want to comment on a video that they haven't either fully watched or haven't watched at all yet. I always find that very strange.
It makes the argument a waste of time.
Well, it's not just that it makes it a waste of time. It makes you look foolish for responding to stuff.
Well,
that's why, like, typically at the very least, I mean, I try to watch something in regards to, or at least try to look into.
You watch like all of PvP's videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Spent, like,
bro.
an entire
month
watching all of them.
Don't remind me, bro. I still have to finish doing that.
That's how fucking thorough you are.
But that's crazy. The thing. That's the thing, because I want to be able to speak on something and have the most informed opinion I possibly can before I do it. Look, and I'm not perfect because I've gotten stuff wrong before too. But the thing is, even when it comes to like the other stuff that I talk about here on the channel, even when it comes to shows and stuff like that, where there's shows that people will complain about that they haven't watched and stuff like that and things like that, which is fine. To me, there's people that'll say, oh, you can't have opinion if you haven't watched it yet. To me, anybody can have an opinion about it.
You can, it's just you're gonna look like an absolute retard.
It's usually better to have the most informed opinion you possibly can. That's my opinion on it. I think it's best. So that's why like I'm willing to still, like, even if it's something that I know that I probably won't like, or there's a good chance that I probably won't like it, I'll still try to watch it. You know what I'm saying? At least. So I can say that, you know what, I watched it. I tried to give it a chance. I didn't just look at it on the face, bro. Like He-Man, right? Bro, I watched all of that before I made either video about He-Man, the new He-Man series. I watched every single episode.
That sounds
Every
painful.
single episode, dude. And then I made a video, and it was shit. But it wasn't shit because of, I wanted, that's the thing. I try to keep an open mind about it. I was like, but let me watch it to see. And yeah, it was trash, but that's neither here nor there. It's just like stuff like this. He should have at least watched the video. At least if he wasn't going to watch the entire thing, I mean, he would have seen it in like less than the first 5 minutes that you cleared up the whole thing with the stalker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't have said that. You have Xylee here saying, I mean, why are you here fussing about a video someone made that you haven't watched? Please make it make sense to me, dude. And then he says, okay, you said you were going to talk about it later, so I asked you to ask him about it. Something,
dude, that's pussy
to clear
shit.
it up. Does that make sense? Why did he could just ask it?
Dude, that's what he did with Steve. He was like going to Steve after I released my first video, and he's like, I can't believe he made this video. It's exactly like Premix. And then he was like, can you tell him that I might file a defamation lawsuit against him? Like, he was like saying all this shit to Steve, and Steve was like telling me this. So I was like, okay, like, instead of like being unproductive and just like hearing him like bitch about me to you, like, can we get into like a private call? So Steve makes a group chat, and I have the fucking receipts. He makes a group chat with the three of us, and he's like, okay, we can like have the call in here or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, Repzilla, like, you can come in whenever you're ready. Wait like 2 days, and he still doesn't answer. So then Steve ats him again. He's like, Repzilla, are you gonna talk or not? And like later down the line, like I was just like, whatever. And then Steve's like, yeah, I tried DMing Repzilla, and he just was like completely avoiding the conversation about like the debate. It's like, come the fuck on, dude. And now you want to talk? And it's not even like he's talking to me. He's talking to me through other people. It's like, stop being a fucking pussy, dude.
Yeah, that's, oh my gosh, man.
It's retarded. I can't understand it, dude. This guy's 32.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me either, because that'd be the easiest way, right? Especially if he has this problem with you, right?
He clearly had like directly a huge problem with me back like when he was talking to Steve. Like, he was just completely freaking out. And I don't know, dude. It's like, stop bitching on, like, here's the thing. It's super unproductive. It's like, don't say you can't have a debate now because you spent all that time bitching on Twitter.
Well, did he block you on Twitter?
No,
or no?
I don't think he did. If he did, then that would be a lose against him, because he could have fucking had a conversation with me.
See, I mean,
plus it would just look bad on him, like, period, if he blocks me.
So he only responded to you in that one tweet. That's it, right?
No, he responded to me on other stuff too later when I quote tweeted him a couple times.
Okay, all right.
No, we already went over that though.
Oh, that's all the stuff
with the RSN call.
Yeah,
we're going over the Xylee stuff now.
Okay. So, okay, you said you were going to talk about. Okay, so she says, "Sir, no, sir, I am not a carrier pigeon. I don't work for USPS. You're a grown ass man, just as he is. You could have asked him directly yourself. Is he blocked by you? Obviously not. You argued with him here. You could have slid in those DMs. Just saying, Ella, you said you were going to talk about the video with him in a live stream. I thought it would be fine for me to ask questions about it as well. I mean, look, you could hop on that stream.
Yeah, well, it's like,
or he could just hit you up.
Not only save it for the stream, but it's like he's straight up like going off of stuff of a video he hasn't seen.
Yeah,
it's like his criticisms don't really hold much weight.
Well, exactly what you're saying, right?
And I mean, I know exactly how he's going to respond, because he's like, I'm going to watch the video and I'm going to come with more questions. It's like, yeah, I've seen what you did with the Primink video, how you addressed that. I saw how you addressed my first video and like basically used your entire response as an attack on Primink's character and a deflection on everything. Like, I know how you're going to respond, and like regardless of how you respond, he really, everything he says has like nothing of value. Like, everybody knows he's a piece of shit. I only made this video as a follow-up because people wanted me to. Plus, I wanted to correct the record on some things I got wrong. So,
well, you wanted to give the chef's kiss.
It's called the Repzilla conclusion for a reason. Plus, there are some people that are like, "Hey, like, he did this to me and he never corrected the record. Could you tell my story?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll do that," because I just don't fucking care anymore, dude. This guy's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He can white knight all he wants and say, oh, he got this wrong, he got that wrong. Oh, you don't have evidence for this or that. It's like, dude, look at everything in that video. Who's the bigger piece of shit?
Yeah, I agree, man. And that's the thing. And look, to me, it's one of those things. Again, don't know the guy.
Oh, somebody just pointed this out on Twitter. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. So they said, so he went after Gabby Hanna nonstop because she didn't read an article and just made comments on photos. But then he thinks it's okay to make comments on a video about him that he didn't even watch. That makes sense.
I mean, like I said, par for the course seems like with the guy. I mean, he doesn't give the most informed takes from what I've seen when it comes to a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was looking at this right here, and here's the one thing I'll be honest, I didn't know a whole lot about until I watched your video, the whole thing with Preming, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that the whole breaking down of this stuff. I like how you went into details, even going through their messages, and it's crazy, man, because
dude, he basically so he branded Preming as like someone who was like bullying him and stuff and like not being fair. But if you read all those messages, and I do that for a reason, like I spend like 20 minutes reading out the full context because I know Repzilla's whole thing is like, oh, you just flash it on screen. It's like, dude, you're the one who comes out, like literally one of the first messages he sends Preming is, I think you gained too many subscribers too fast. It's like, come on, dude.
What is that?
He basically was like, you aren't humble enough. Like, you need to learn. And he's like, I'm gonna be your teacher. He is so fucking condescending, dude. He lacks all self-awareness, and it's so funny how people try to back him up on shit. Like, after you read those messages alone, you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I got that vibe, dude, from the messages, man. And I just like, oh my God. And the thing is how it's interesting how he's so like adversarial at first, but then he tries to be like buddy. Like
well, he's being buddy with Xylee right now.
Yeah, like like he's trying to soften the blow a little bit. Like, well, hey, listen, look. I'm not.
Well, I mean, he does that until he doesn't get what he wants. Here's the thing. He's friendly when he thinks he can get somebody to change their mind or do something for him. That's not really the case when it comes like, I don't even care anymore. Like with the RSN stuff, he joined that call thinking RSN was going to be all confrontational with him when RSN wanted to just have a conversation. So like instantly, like RSN's like trying to like say like, can we talk about the Amber stuff? And he's like, shut the fuck up and let me talk. And he's like freaking out and stuff. And he's very hostile. And basically he's not the Repzilla people would think of when they think of who Repzilla is.
Tough guy rep. He was tough guy Repzilla.
I guess it was more like a bunch of schizo rambling, and then there was like a point where he was like, can we finally like talk about like why you brought the Amber accusations to YouTube? And then he's like, well, can you tell me why Marcy was like posting pictures of my family and shit? It like didn't make any sense. It's like,
okay, whoa, hold on. What does that have to do with RSN?
It doesn't, but like here's the thing, dude. If there was one thing Creepshow Art was right about, it was the fact that Repzilla doesn't shut the fuck up about Preming or Marcy behind the scenes, and that's kind of sad that Creepshow Art is actually right about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because
because in that conversation he brings up Preming like out of nowhere. He brings up Marcy out of nowhere.
Oh jeez,
it's so stupid.
I mean, I guess that's Marcy's there, man. He's there. He's in his thoughts always. He's always in that man's thoughts.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of Marcy, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. It's like he made Marcy come off, and I say this in my video too. He's like, he did make Marcy look pretty obsessive, and I have my criticisms towards Marcy because of that.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It's like, dude, you're going so ham on my video, and you didn't even get to the part where I actually criticized Marcy for having like what I'd consider obsessive behavior. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like Marcy was like openly like obsessive about Repzilla from what it looked like.
Well, look,
seeing the stuff that I saw, Repzilla is like fucking just as obsessed with Marcy. He just keeps it like toned down and behind the scenes.
Bro, you gave a very, I think, fair and reasonable, criticism of the parties involved, right? Where it was necessary. Like with Marcy, I
I
saw the stuff on
did.
Marcy. You know what I
I
mean?
did. I had my criticisms of Marcy because after I saw that video that Repzilla made, there was stuff that was brought up that I was like, damn, that looks pretty obsessive to me. I'm going to call it out.
Yeah. So Ziley says the way that Repzilla is acting is so passive aggressive. I hate it.
I know, me too. I'm drained.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dumb.
But that's what this. He's got to remember. He's got to protect the nice guy, Southern gentleman persona.
I don't think he realizes, like, he's like, oh yeah, you're acting like the call's a fucking threat or whatever. It's like, dude, when RSN releases that call, that nice guy persona, people are going to call that into question pretty fast because it kind of goes away.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope he does. I hope he doesn't have cold feet about doing it because, I mean, look, he's being put
I think
on the
he's
spot
just
too.
afraid that Repzilla is going to call him a rapist again, which I completely understand. But, like, at this point, it's like, dude, Repzilla needs to be, like, held to the fullest accountability.
Well, look, we've talked about it before in past streams here and you know, on Crow's channel and stuff like that. My thing with the guy is I think that if he's going to be, you know, making videos where he's commenting about other people, that he needs to be better informed about stuff because, you know, he can say
Well,
he can
he's
use
never
whatever excuse he
informed on
wants.
anything. That's why I think it's so stupid when he tweets out like, "Oh, I'm about to do some research." It's like, yeah, you mean like watch other people's videos and then like write a Spark Notes about it?
Yeah, do cliff notes on stuff.
He
See,
doesn't
that's the
have,
thing.
dude. I'm telling you, this guy doesn't have his own fucking opinion.
It doesn't seem like that from what I've seen his videos. I mean, I haven't seen a video of his that I can think of to this point. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but at least that I've seen videos of his that I've seen, I've yet to see one where I could look at it and say, well, that was objectively, you know, a good take. I'm just saying it hasn't been one yet. I've, you know, and that's not me. Look, maybe there is one. Maybe there's, I'm just saying from what I've seen, I haven't seen one yet that I could look at and say, yeah, that was a really good take. You know, I mean, I've seen certain things where it's just like, okay, maybe I might be able to agree with that, but I'd have to see all the data in regards to that because the thing is, one thing I have seen him do in certain videos where he cites data is that he cites data that has been debunked.
Dude,
I mean,
no, I said that in my video with the leafy green stuff. He cites an article that was put on a website published by a guy who he debunked a year prior to the leafy greens incident.
yeah.
It was like some weird incel article where it's like homosexuals and women are highly advised to not be on this website and shit like that.
Oh
It was
yeah, I
just
saw that. I saw that.
fucking
Yeah, in your
weird.
video. Hold on, let me see what part was
Dude,
that. That
and
was
like,
the
oh my
leafy green
god,
stuff,
I
right?
was just
Yeah,
like,
this
how
stuff.
could you fuck up that bad, dude?
Yeah,
And if
because
he's gonna try and deflect, like that's retarded. Like, come on, you pride yourself on research.
yeah, it was weird, right? Because like you said, it was a guy that he had already kind of debunked in a video, and then he like uses that same guy's article
Well,
to
it
go
was a
after
different
somebody
guy
else,
who
right?
wrote the article, but the publisher of the website was the guy that he debunked.
Oh, they're
That
connected.
he,
That's what it
in
was.
the
Yeah,
video,
yeah,
like in
my
the
bad.
clip that I show, he like shows like he's like this guy has like multiple websites where he says like really terrible things about women and stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you have a problem with it then, but then when you're trying to weaponize it against somebody who you see as like a quote unquote danger or whatever, you like weaponize that against her. Like that's pretty fucking shitty.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, like, look, I don't know much about you know, this person, this leafy greens person. You know, I know a little bit about that situation because of course, because of
Aura
your
knows
video,
more.
and yeah, I've heard Aura mention it before too, and it's like I said. Outside of that, I've just seen the guy have just really bad takes on stuff, man.
No,
Just
he
stuff and
does.
stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's because again, could be doing again. This is not me taking a cheap shot at his accident or anything like that, or even making fun of it.
He'll twist
Maybe it could
like
be
that.
due.
He'll
It could be
twist it.
due. Yeah, it could be due to his accident and whatever damage he received because of
I
it.
don't
That
know,
he
but
doesn't.
like, dude, you see like all this actual malicious stuff he does, like pushing her like information and like these articles out to like RSN and Life of a Free Spirit behind the scenes. And he's like, if you're doing a video on it, leave me out of it. And he's doing all this other shit with like Gabby Hanna and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Well,
like your accident doesn't mean anything in that situation. You're just a piece of shit.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is in regards to how he presents the information, not necessarily because of intention, but
well, then he shouldn't be making videos on those.
No,
topics.
and I agree. That I agree with too. Is just like if your words are coming out differently from how you're thinking it, you know what I mean, or it's being said in a way differently than how you mean it, than how you mean to say it, then maybe, yeah, you probably shouldn't be making videos because, like I said, there's some just strange stuff. And we were talking about it before we even went live, right? Like when I told you the thing that he tweeted out, oh, some of the strongest women I know are victims. And I'm like, well, then they're not
that's like,
victims.
what
That's
the
just
fuck,
weird.
dude?
Like, why would
It's
you
so
tweet something
fucking
like that out?
weird.
That's a weird
I mean, I
thing
can
to
kind
tweet
of
out.
see like what he was trying to say, but still,
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
what the
maybe I'm
fuck?
guessing what he meant to say was that some of the strongest women I know are survivors. Maybe is what he meant to say, but what he ended up tweeting was some of the strongest women I know are victims. I'm like, well, then they're not
It's like,
victims.
fuck.
They're victors. You know what I'm saying? If anything,
Yeah.
they're not victims then. They're, you know, I'm guessing what he meant was some of the strongest women I know are survivors or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that was just weird. I mean, like I said, you know, like I said, I get what he was trying to say, but that's what I mean. Like maybe the way that his, you know, like I said, stuff that's in his head, the way he's trying to say it, he doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't use the right words or he doesn't phrase things the right way. And that's
Yeah,
why he
I don't
messes
give a
stuff up.
shit. He's been doing this for like 5
No, but I
years.
agree.
He
But
should
that's
have
what I'm
caught
saying.
on.
If he can't process like information like how like we do, as rational as other people do, then again, yeah, maybe he shouldn't be doing this stuff because again, you're gonna put out stuff out there that's going to affect people. Like we're talking about with RSN, right? This guy, obvious, you know, I think it's pretty, you know, we don't. It's hard to know.
It's still
for
mainly
sure.
a he said, she
Yeah,
said,
it's
but I
a
have
he.
more reason to believe real stream
Yeah,
news.
we don't know exactly what's fact or not, but here's the thing: from what we understand, at least from what's been put out there, right? No police report was filed, right? This girl said that, hey, look, it wasn't what was said, and the reason why I initially said that was because, you know, I was kind of forced or manipulated, you know, to say it because of my mom and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, well, I mean, all we have is their word to take for it, right? All we have is our sense
Yeah,
about
but
this
it's
girl.
like I'm more inclined to believe RSN because one, the lack of a police report, two, because
Yeah.
she recanted
Yes.
publicly and with her mom. And then
Yeah.
three, like she went to Repzilla out of her way and said, "Can you take the video down?" He essentially just told her to fuck herself.
So that wasn't at the behest of RSN or
from my knowledge, no, she just because
she did it of
they
her own accord.
reconciled as friends. Like, dude,
So
RSN
I mean,
and that girl still talk to this day for some reason.
that's
I don't know
interesting,
why.
yeah, 'cause
like,
mean,
I
if she-
literally say all this in my video. That's why it's like, dude,
Yeah.
watch the fucking video, you dumb fuck.
yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Yeah, I watched your video. I watched
No,
it.
I know. I'm talking about
No,
Repzilla,
I know. But no, because that's the thing. Yeah, that's one of the things I want to ask you. So she did that of her own accord, basically.
Yes, she did. From my knowledge, unless there's some weird message out there that proves otherwise.
So I mean, yeah, I mean,
but like,
again,
dude, I was in DMs with RSN for months asking him for like this stuff.
Yeah, see, and that's what I mean. It's just like, again, you know, we don't know what's fact or not, but at least from what it looks like nothing serious happened there, at least as far as anybody knows. And
I mean,
I would think
I'm
for a guy
gonna
who,
be completely honest, the fucking girl tried to ask RSN recently if they wanted to do a porno together. So
oh my gosh,
they're on very, very good terms.
No comment on that. So
just saying.
So look, the whole thing, like I would think with a guy like Repzilla, right, who prides himself as being a voice for people who go through these kind of, you know, these situations, right, these experiences that they have.
Only when it's relevant and
a person
to him.
who at least, well, he's a person who champions the cause, right? He's a guy who considers himself a voice for the voiceless, uses his platform to amplify those voices. I would think he's cut from that cloth, right? So why is her word not good enough after the fact? Again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw everything he was doing today as damage control.
Yeah, it just seems like, and then to say stuff, what he said to her, right? Like, oh, well, no, you know, I don't like this stance you're taking. It's like, what? I thought it was, aren't you one of these believe all women guys?
Like, well, he's believe all women until it's Leafy Green's getting upset with him about stuff, so he decides to call her whole entire like situation where she was allegedly raped into question.
Or until
like,
it goes
and then
against,
like tries to weaponize that against her.
Right?
Like, you're so fucked up, dude. He tried weaponizing her rape against her. And I'm gonna say alleged rape because yes, there isn't 100% proof. It's basically her word. But for somebody who quote believes all women, like, it's pretty fucked up, especially if you're weaponizing that, like going the step further.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, man.
Dude, he's a fucking sick fuck.
Bowser says, so basically he's a mini-ohm.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Man. Oh, man. Oh, what's up, Gotcha Son? Sorry, I had to say what's up to Gotcha Son. He
Oh,
hasn't
yo,
been
what's
on
up?
in a bit, so yeah. This guy, yeah, he's all over the place, man. See, hold on, let me. There's another thing that I wanted to address with you while you're here. So yeah, we you went over the Gabby Hanna deflection. You went over the James Charles stuff very briefly though,
The
with the
James
James
Charles
Charles
stuff,
stuff,
like
because I know it's
Xylee kind of mentioned it to me. She's like, I didn't know what Bed Wars was, so like I thought it was sexual. And so like I can kind of see like how James Charles could have intended for it to be sexual, but like personally for me, I'm like the way Repzilla worded it, it was just like it felt like he was trying to push the narrative that James Charles was like planning on it being sexual. But it like compared to all the other shit that I talk about in my video, it wasn't a big deal. So I just brush
yeah,
over it because it's like, you know, we can basically agree to disagree on this because that's
yeah,
pretty much all it comes down to at the end of the day.
yeah. That situation does, yeah, and then you know, I remember you went over this stuff too, man. I was just like, oh snap, this was the whole ass man stuff, right? Where he basically, which was interesting because remember, you know, I thought I had gotten it wrong, right? With the whole, you know, Rebzilla had never been in contact with these girls, but apparently it turned out that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember when we talked about it, what was it last year? We talked about it. And we went over the DMs. You were on those streams with me. Remember with the whole Belle Aubrey
Yes.
thing? Um,
Yes. I
yeah, it
remember.
was. Yeah, and I, you know, initially I thought, well, he was in contact with him, but then like Sen was saying like, well, you know, are you sure? And I was like, oh, well, let me correct the record. I don't know for a fact that he was. So
But he
you know,
actually
spoke
was.
up, but it turns out that he was, which is crazy. So he was talking. He had responded to these girls more than once. What was it through Instagram?
Yeah, basically someone sent him the thread over Instagram and he was like, "Oh, thanks. Like I'll look into this or whatever." And then no, he didn't say that was Belle Aubrey that said that. He said, "Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing this." And
Wow,
the girl was like, "Well, yeah, thanks for looking into this and giving your time," and like gave him a little bit more information.
that's wild, man.
And here's the thing, it's like I get it, like you're a busy creator, you're not obligated to make videos on what other people ask you to do. But when you champion yourself as being like somebody who advocates for victims, somebody who takes the time to read all your messages like for 8 hours a day, um it's pretty fucking shitty for you to like acknowledge the message that was sent to you and then give the people false hope that you're going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. See, the thing is that's interesting, right? With that, and I think this is let's call a spade here. Why him or Belle Aubrey probably didn't cover it, right?
It was because they started talking about Eugenia Cooney at the same time.
Well, yeah, that, but also because you know, Ass Man was, I guess, already in the wind at that point, right? And
He
he would,
still, from my knowledge, had somewhat of a presence, but at that point, he had already deleted a lot of videos.
yeah,
There were like 11 of them still up. But then after that thread went public, he just nuked everything.
yeah. But if you think about it, right? Because and that's one of those things that I look at and I see that these people that talk about this stuff, right? Like Belle Aubrey, like Rebzilla, like whoever else that talks about these situations. If the creator's name isn't, you know, as well known or as big enough, it's kind of hands off, and it's just like, listen, it shouldn't matter the size of that person's audience, right? Whether that person's audience is bigger than yours or smaller than yours. I would think that if you're trying to do good within the community, right, that you're a part of, that you'll call it out regardless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, to me, I look at situations that the lesser known somebody is, the more that they can work in secret. And don't you want to bring that to light to make sure that they can't continue to work in secret? I would think that's what you would want to do, is be like, hey, look,
Yeah, dude, he could have broke. He and Bell could have broken the story, and that was like my other criticism. Is it's like it was all handed to him. He didn't have to really do any research. He just had to like look at the tweets because the tweets had the evidence,
yeah,
and he decided to basically be like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave you on red." But since we're on the topic of Belle Aubrey with like the Eugenia Cooney stuff, what's really fucked up about that is because Repzilla's been like walking a lot of that back recently, and he
hmm
literally, I think it's actually what triggered me to drop this video early is he was like, "Oh, there were people out there that were like advocating for her to be like temporarily removed, but like they had bad intent. They never had her best intentions in mind, or whatever the fuck he said." And I'm like, bro,
but
you
neither did he.
literally like this motherfucker. He promoted the fucking petition to deplatform Eugenia Cooney, but the funny thing about it is he never signed it himself.
Yeah.
Steve asked him, and he's like, "No, I never signed that." It's like, then it's pretty fucking telling then, because it's like, then why would you push it out to other people saying like, "Go sign this petition because it's for a good cause" or whatever?
I mean,
He knew that shit was bullshit from the beginning, and it's pretty fucking. And you know what makes him worse than Belle Aubrey is the fact that Belle Aubrey, I've seen how she talks about Eugenia Cooney. Like, one, she's crazy. Let's be honest. Like, I think she's kind of nuts. But second of all, she clearly took it personally. She was a lot more emotionally invested. So at least she has the excuse of being like taking it more personally than others. Repzilla just hopped on the hate train because he wanted to make profit off of deplatforming someone who was sick. That's fucked up. You are seriously a fucked up individual if you like do something like that. He pretty much outed himself in that video.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Let me get this real quick. Thank you, King Drago, for the 5. Appreciate it, buddy. Rep Wrecker, Ohmzilla, T Spiller, Desecker. I'm out of names.
All of the above.
All of the above. Oh, Emmy says, yeah. Belle also said because he was almost gone. Yeah, so she's talking about the Ass Man situation there.
Yeah, I mean,
he did have huge influence. Ass Man had a huge feud with Yandere Dev. So I mean, look, that would have been a big story for either of them to go, regardless of whether or not he was around or not.
Repzilla talked about Yandere Dev back in the day too. He has old videos on Yandere
really?
Dev. So that's definitely in his genre.
So it would have been in his wheelhouse regardless. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Well, it is what it is. I mean, that's interesting to me. Again, like I said, it's interesting how they pick and choose the things that they want to talk about, but yet, they care so much about.
Well, it's just like cut the moral
right?
grandstanding shit. Like that's the thing that's the big problem is you like literally people will come to Repzilla with stories about serious situations and he'll ignore them because he sees something else that's a better opportunity. Completely fine in the mind of a content creator, but you're like preaching to your fans and your audience that you're some like morally righteous person who goes around championing people, but you instead decide to like pick and choose. It's like pick one. Are you the morally righteous person? Because if so, then make every fucking video that people send topics for you on. If not, just own up to it and stop this moral fag. It's annoying.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid.
And to your point, what you said earlier, right? I mean, and I would agree with it. No creator is obligated to cover everything, and maybe could be a good reason why certain ones don't get around to these things, but I find it interesting that you get something served up on a silver platter, because looking at that, right? Because we went over it on here, the Ass Man situation was one of the ones that I saw that had probably the most amount of evidence.
Dude, that evidence is so fucking clear cut in that.
Where it's just like, again, and we always have to say, we have to say allegedly, because of course, we, even, always with these situations,
the police never actually got an opportunity to do what they had to
do. But even still, when you look at that, that's way more to go on than a lot of other people, like way more, like substantially more than some of these other people that have covered situations have gone on, right? Like you talk about a lot of messages where it's just kind of like, man, you got to look at those and think, it's I don't see how this guy, this Ass Man guy is going to, talk his way out of this one, right? With all these messages, right? It's just kind of like, it's not really gonna be able to talk your way out of this one. I mean, it's gonna be and if you do, it's gonna be really hard, right? You try, because this does not look good, and it's not a thing of. I don't think what you were seeing there was stuff that was really cut out of context. There's a lot of context there.
He'll probably ask for more because it's not enough.
Yeah. So it's like, man, and again, we've seen people go on way less than that, run with stuff way less than that. So it's just surprising. And like I said, it's not something that, again, anybody is obligated to cover. But again, people that champion these causes and then just kind of negating them, I always find that interesting. Because look, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, just to be clear, I don't look at this channel as something like, hey, I'm going to be a voice for people this, that, or the other. I'm not a hero or any of that. I choose things I want to invest.
That's not how I want my channel to be either. My channel's just a place where I make fun, deep dive videos into things.
My advice to people is always going to be the same. It's always going to be consistent. If there's some shit going down, seek help from somebody that could actually really do something about it, preferably the authorities. if possible. Like I said, if you've exhausted all other options and then you want to take it online, then I understand, right? If everything else that you've done, you've gone to the authorities and it's been a long time and nothing has happened, and you see no other recourse than to go online, then I get it, right?
And that's what Des did, is because she had
Yeah.
done everything and nothing was getting done, so she just went to the police.
Yeah, and I understand.
Or she went to the internet and posted.
Well, she was, and I remember her messages. She was honest about it too. She was like, "Look, I know that by me coming forward doing this stuff now, probably police aren't going to be able to do anything about it, but that shows that, hey, at least she made the move to try to do all that first." So again, that's what I mean. That's why, like, you can give that, I can give that, the okay, I get it afterwards, because again, it wasn't the first thing that they ran to go and do, right? They actually tried to get results offline first by going through the proper channels. Nothing happened, but at least it's like, all right, well, this is the only thing left to me at this point, is to go online and say something.
Resort.
Yeah, so I get it, so that makes perfect sense in that regard.
And what's like fucking annoying is like Repzilla, maybe I'm a little more hardcore on him because I don't believe him with a lot of shit. And it's just because, like, not believing him is easy to do because he lies about everything. Like, he either lies or he waits very last minute until he's pushed into a corner.
Well, it seems like he lies.
And even,
yeah,
dude,
go ahead.
Literally, with the whole stalker situation, it took him 3 fucking years to come. Actually, no, more than 3 years, because Marcy was the one who called that out. It was like 3 or 4 years. It took him that long to come out
and acknowledge it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I have no reason to believe somebody who's gonna lie and lie and lie until they absolutely can't anymore. Because he keeps on like, this is the last straw. I'm gonna come forward with everything. It's like, no, because you still fucking, even in your fucking response video opening up, I think that's the most damning thing against you. You deflected and you deflected. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
Well, it didn't seem like nothing.
Well, he fixated on the stalker thing, and that was the only thing he was like, that and the Marcy stuff was what seemed to be like the most honest part of the video.
Well, he only went for the stuff that he knew that he can really combat, right? Which is the stalker stuff, and that's why he hyper focused on it and made that, the thing that he centered his video around, right? Was the stuff that he knew, okay, well, this is the one thing I know for sure that I can have the upper hand in, and that's it. So I'll just make it about this, which is like, okay, but what about the other shit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's only one thing out of, all right, cool, got it wrong, whatever. But what about the other shit? Why don't you address the other points that are made? Because it's not, your video wasn't solely about the stalker stuff. You know what I mean? Your first video, it wasn't solely about that.
Well, he wanted to make it about that.
Yeah. He just wanted to hyper focus on the fact that you got that one thing wrong, I guess, in an attempt to discredit your entire video. But it's just like, that's only one part, though.
He literally said it on Twitter. He's like,
yeah.
He was like, this is your credibility in question, not mine. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay. I mean, but again, look, it's not a perfect thing. Nobody's ever going to get things 100% right, but that's okay.
Well, he is one to talk, dude. He's gotten so much shit wrong.
Oh yeah, he's got a ton of stuff, bro. It's hilarious.
So it's like I just look at that and it's like, it's not even worth arguing that point with him, because it's like, you're fucking, like, there's so many other examples of you fucking up.
Yeah. So
at least when I fuck up, I'm honest about it, and I correct the record.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it was good that you opened up your video with that. It's like, all right, yeah, I messed this up. My bad. There was more to it than that. I got it wrong. It is what it is. And again, that takes integrity. It takes guts. So I wanted to read this real quick by me. It says, so did Sarah. She tried to go to the police, but nothing happened. Yeah, understandable. Why?
Yeah. Sarah, which one? I think Sarah was another one of the. Because for some reason I thought the Onision situation, but I'm like, no. Because there was a girl named Sarah with the Asman situation who also went to the police.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I mean, look, that's what should happen first. Get it on paper. That way, if that person continues to do stuff, there's gonna be a record of it somewhere, right? Always report it to the proper authorities so that there's some kind of track record. That they have this person's name in the system so that they know. She was the confirmed fourth. That's what Emmy said. Devin for the 10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He also really thought Redski was threatening him. What the hell was with that? Yeah. What? Wait, what? He thought, wait.
No, yeah. When I quote tweeted him, I'm like, you probably should go back to Twitter and like read it, because I don't want to misconstrue what I said. But like, basically, I told him that it was like the only chance is if he comes on tonight on Xylees, because I'm like, this is the only like opportunity I'm giving you if you want to like confront me about shit. Because really, it's like I made that video with the intention of being done with everything because I want to close this saga and open up another case and do something with that. I'm not gonna like wait for whatever the fuck is going on with him because again, it's like, dude, if you're gonna complain about shit going on in your personal life, then why the fuck are you on Twitter?
Okay, so
Like
wait,
arguing about.
I'm seeing here where you quote tweeted him. Watch the video. You're spending all this time arguing on Twitter. Come to the conclusion, and call into the stream tonight. This is my one and only offer. To which he responded, or hold on, let me show this on screen. My bad.
Yeah.
Let me show this on screen here,
see.
so we all can see this here. So I believe this is what you're referring to, where. Yeah. Right here. Watch the video. Is this it right here? Watch the video. You're spending all this time arguing on Twitter. Come to a conclusion and call in to the stream tonight. This is my one and only offer. Which this is what you had responded to. Seriously though, you guys know I can't really do a live thing at this time. I will likely get around to the video at some point, but check the evidence for God's sake. LOL, dude said I lived in TN because of my old social profiles. Yeah, you corrected that in the video too.
The record. I corrected that. See, he's still.
That's at the very beginning.
No, because it's so weird. Yeah, no. Well, here's the thing, dude. He fixates on stuff that he's like really angry about, and he hasn't even like watched the fucking video.
Oh my goodness! It's
but no, yeah. Bro. He said that I was like. I think he's just like in ultra defensive mode.
Yeah, but it's all stuff, bro. All he has to do is watch like the first 5 minutes of your video. That's it.
Well, no, he should really watch the entire thing because he needs to like. Because dude, here's the other thing. I don't want to be going into like a fucking conversation or debate with this motherfucker when he hasn't watched every single bit of my video and looked at the fucking stuff that I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like he would, even if he did watch it, I feel like he still.
It wouldn't make a difference though. Because I know
he wouldn't be honest about it.
He told Steve that he wanted me to take down the video.
Yeah.
He told Steve, he's like, I expect this like next video to be like a replacement of the first one and to have him release a public apology. It's like, fuck you.
For what? For what? For what?
I don't know.
Apologize for what? What did you do?
I'm not sorry for saying the stuff I said on that first video. That was what was publicly available.
Okay. All right. So he says here,
like basically the thing that I'm noticing with him is like, what he was saying today and what he said like the last time about my video, when he was on that like weird comeback live stream of his, basically it all came down to like, you don't look into stuff and don't do research, but it's like he doesn't back that up.
No, I mean, he just says it. I mean, well, then you should have a counterpoint to that, right? My money is on the crab, says Devin. Hold on, let me get this one from Demon. Thank you, Demon King Drago, for the 10. Appreciate it, buddy. Got a conspiracy for y'all. I bet money he's seen it, and in his brain, he looks better pretending not to have seen it than he has because he would have been called dishonest.
I mean, he's done that before, so.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's done stuff like that before too, right?
Yeah.
So, see right here, he says, "I'll tell you what. Show me the evidence that I made a deal with Arson to take down those videos about me. Seems fair, and best believe when I watch the video, I'll ask for evidence for the other things." Didn't you already answer that before in on Xylees' thread?
I did, and the other thing is, it's like, don't ask for evidence when I have an entire fucking Google Drive with everything in it. So
yeah. So you know, right here you say the evidence was that what was said in the 2-hour call. I can ask RSN to upload it and make it public for everyone to see. And then he says, "You act like that is a threat. It was me that wanted the call recorded. It's
yes, I already knew that, dude.
You react when you know what I know. Do your live. It's your credibility in question here, not mine."
I mean, actually, I can throw that back in his face. Going over a video on him is his credibility in question. But to be fair, his credibility has already been fucking demolished pretty much.
No, I mean, look, it has been for a while, right? I think, you know, I mean, obviously.
I mean, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I mean, might as well.
But bro, I mean, well, that's the point of your video is just to kind of, you know, it basically is, you know, it's you're pulling, you're just taking a old yeller behind the shed, you know. I mean, that's it, you know.
It was a long time coming. It was a long time.
So it's just. It is what it is, and no, that's not a threat or anything like that.
He'll say it is. He'll say it is, no matter what.
It's not that. It's in. I mean that really in the sense of, you know, his credibility more than anything else. because again, look, I can't speak. Maybe when the guy started his channel, he might have had good intentions. I can't speak to the guy's character, don't know him or anything like that. Maybe he had legit good
It doesn't
intentions.
matter if you have good intentions or not. It's just the fact that he's moral grandstanding about having good intentions, and he's doing shit that he does like that behind the scenes.
Well, I was gonna say, remember, how the saying goes that the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think that's something that really does kind of apply to him now. And like I said, look, if he was legit in an accident and it did cause damage, look, it is what it is. That sucks. But as we've said more than once at this point in the stream, if that's the case, if you don't have the ability to process information the same way other people do anymore, present it in a way that's more objective for your audience, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You really shouldn't, because all it's been is one screw up after the other. That's one of the reasons why Crow and Oren them they took such an issue with the way he was presenting stuff was because of that. I mean, like I said, I myself, and again, maybe a video of his exists where he actually does his due diligence and actually is informative. I haven't seen it yet, but then again, the videos that I've seen of his pertain to people like Gabby Hanna, people like Eugenia Cooney, where it seems like it's just more of
he watches a video and runs with what's in the video. That's pretty much it.
It seems like it seems like more of his bias than anything else is at playing those videos than really anything objective. Again, and even with the Eugenia Cooney, right? That stuff, the whole
dude,
thing.
He's obsessed with Eugenia Cooney. Like, I say it in my video, but I gotta say it again. Like, that dude has like a fucking really obscure, twisted obsession with her, and I think it's kind of fucking disturbing if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird, man. I mean, look, obviously, look, the one who I think went hardest on Eugenia, right? When
Belle Aubrey.
Well, no, not even her, bro. Like Onision. When Onision was making videos.
Here's the thing. Here's an interesting comparison. Repzilla was going hard at Eugenia, probably just as hard as Onision was. It's just Onision was a lot more volatile when he was going after her.
Well, he was making those videos where he was just straight up parroting her and stuff.
He was dressing up as her, like vomiting and stuff.
Yeah, doing shit like that.
Repzilla talked about her just as much and kind of was trying to get the same effect, like take her down, but he was doing it in a way that was a lot more appealing to people. Like, he was like, she's a danger to other people. Like, I really care about these other people. Like, he was like paving the path to good intentions. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, like with the Onision stuff, I remember his stuff was more like he was doing his shit was like more mean spirited, right? He was doing those sketches where he was like pretending to be her and stuff, and just stuff that doesn't fly on on YouTube anymore. Like with people like Repzilla and Belle Aubrey, that's one of the things I thought was so fascinating, right? Is that they made it seem like, it's coming from a place of concern because we got to protect the kids and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing, and I already kind of said that. Like, Belle Aubrey, I think it was personal for her. She took it personally.
Yeah.
And for Repzilla,
she was more sincere. You believe that she was more sincere.
Well, even though you don't agree in a fucked up way, yes.
Yeah.
And with Repzilla, it was just like he saw a topic that was getting a lot of views, and he's like, "Ooh, I'll talk about this." And it's like, again, get your bag. I don't care. But when you're like going as far as like trying to get some girl deplatformed for being sick, like, that's really fucked up.
Well, I thought, what was interesting with all that, right? Like, him and other people that were talking about her made it seem like, the reason why she has these platforms is why she's still just as bad. It's like, how do you know that though? You don't know that for a fact. You're assuming.
Well, Repzilla and Belle Aubrey had a live stream talking about like how Eugenia might have like contacts at YouTube who are taking down channels and we already went over this live stream, but taking down channels. Talking about Eugenia in a negative way.
I mean, look, maybe. Obviously, look, you get but that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows that for a fact. I mean, look, once you get to 100K subs and your channel gets, the check mark, you get your channel verified, you do get a YouTube rep. But that doesn't mean that because you get a YouTube rep that all of a sudden now you have this power to just yeet other channels. I mean, maybe I would assume that the bigger you get and the more, you're going to get probably some degree of influence, a little bit more influence on the platform, right? Or you're going to get a rep that can possibly get stuff done for you, but there's no way to know for sure, right? I've never heard of there being somebody with a substantial amount of pull like that, they could go and get channels yeeted with impunity or something. I haven't heard of that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, look, I've obviously talked to people that have millions of subs about it, and from my understanding, it doesn't work like that. It's not as simple as that. They can't just snap their fingers and be like, "Yo, get rid of that channel for me." I mean, they have to be doing stuff that the channel in question has to be doing stuff that is in gross violation of the terms of service here on the platform in order for something to happen. I mean, obviously, if you have your channel verified and you tell and you run and go tell on a channel, yeah, you'll probably be able to get something done with it, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're violating terms. But just like that, nah. I mean, I don't. She doesn't seem like the kind of person that would do that either. I mean, but then again, I don't know her. Maybe she is. Maybe it's all a front. I don't know. I don't know the kind of person she is. I'm assuming that based on what I've seen publicly, she doesn't seem like that kind of person, but maybe she is. Maybe she is vindictive like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't see what the upside would be to doing that though either. Considering the amount of backlash that she already gets, I don't see how that would help her, right? How it would help her public image here on the platform if she was out there getting people yeeted off of YouTube, So how would that help her at all?
It's counterproductive.
Yeah, it really is. So, and I remember we went over their stream, him and Bell Aubrey Seymour, they were talking about their little conspiracy theory. Oh, they must, she's probably getting channels off the platform. It's just like, nobody, y'all don't know that. And then remember Bell Aubrey, oh, my video got taken down because this. It's just like, no, no, it wasn't. It probably wasn't because of that. Oh, man. But I get what you're saying about where the difference is between her and him on this situation. So all right. So we went over that. We went over the RSN stuff. Now this is one that I actually did not know about until your video.
Me neither, until after my first video released, I was reached out to the person who I interviewed.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of
this was, I think, the most fucked up thing he's ever done. Because it just shows how fucking self-serving this guy is. Like, he literally takes a situation where a girl, like, it was a tragic situation where she ended up committing suicide, starving herself to death. And he used that and he turned it into talking about himself on how, like, oh, well, like, I was in like a lot of pain because of my car accident and I was able to push through that pain. And it was like, dude, like, I thought people knew this, but like comparing like your own trauma to another person's trauma is like stupid, let alone the fact that trauma from a car accident versus trauma from getting fucking sexually assaulted like 3 different times when you were 11 years old. Like, that's, you can't compare those two. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah, different life, different experiences. It's hard, I mean, the only thing that you both know is, the only thing that you have in common is trauma. But even then, it's different. There's nuance because they're different. They're different types. They're different experiences. It's weird. So, I mean, however you feel about the act itself, right? The act of erasing. People can have their opinion on that. It's just, but it's not as you can't sit there and make it seem like, well, I bounced back. It's just like, well, that was you. That's not this person. That's not their life. You don't know what other issues they're having. It might have been, at least for you, it might have been a lot easier to bounce back from what you went through. But again, it's an entirely different situation happening to an entirely different person that reacts entirely different than how you would. So it's weird. It was, I was just like, what? It's like, but okay, but that's all right. I mean, you went through that one time, right? Your car accident. This girl apparently went through the situation. She went through the situation.
I mean, it kind of feels fucked up, but like, just to give a perspective, like what the information that I was given about is she was gang raped like 2 times when she was 11. and then she was raped by another person at a party when she was 14.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it just feels so gross talking about it, but it's like the fact that he completely, he goes out of his way to be like, it always gets better. Like, I can't believe, and then he he kind of makes it seem like the parents didn't do enough. And like, we can just watch the entire segment because I think it's best to hear what I have to say in the video because the parents did try everything they could.
We'll do that. We'll watch that part right now. Hold on. Thank you, Devin, for the 5. Appreciate it. For someone that promotes mental health, he sure seems to like to go at those that have mental health issues. I mean, yeah, seems like they're not off the table.
Seems like a nuclear take, but unfortunately, like the pattern of behavior that we've seen here with him is he kind of does that because he's choosing easy targets.
Yeah, because I mean, like leafy greens, I
Dude,
think
the shit he did to Leafy Greens, like I don't
assume.
care if Leafy Greens was acting up. That was fucked up of him to do.
Because I mean, leafy greens, I think it's safe.
He goes on his fucking video, his opening up video, and he's like, "I was the one who made the effort the most to try and apologize her, but she instead just only issued an apology to Primink and the Rewired Soul."
So
you're not entitled to an apology.
So
I'm so tired of how this dude acts like he's entitled to stuff.
So I mean, I think it's safe to say that Leafy Greens has some issues, right?
No, she does. She clearly does, and like, to be fair, like she's gotten better, but like at that time she was in a very fragile state because of the stuff going on between her and the Rewired Soul, plus she was like pregnant, her hormones were kind of out of whack and stuff, and like I've got to be honest, I've been around family members who are pregnant, and when they're pregnant they get kind of ornery, and they can be more emotional. So she was at a very fragile point in her life, and like he inserted himself to play mediator, and it just, instead of ending up like taking the L and being like, fine, I'm going to back away from this because nothing good is coming of it, he just decided to escalate it further. And he's like, I don't understand why she's doing this to me. RSN, can you make a video talking about how she wasn't raped? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. And then, I mean, then Gabby Hanna, of course, which, I mean, I think it's public knowledge at this point. Gabby Hanna obviously is another person who has issues. Eugenia Cooney. So, yeah, I mean, you cover them all right here. Interestingly, too, right? That they're all women.
I never like wanted to say this publicly because basically it's like a weird theory that some people have presented to me, so I've never like presented it as fact, but like there's people behind the scenes who think that he has like a thing against women because of all like the shit that he's carried out against women. I'm not gonna say that's for sure or anything because I don't have any proof of that, and it seems like a stretch, but it is kind of weird, that like all the people he goes after.
I just think it's a little ironic, right? Considering
it's ironic. We'll just say that, because I'm not going to go running with
that's
him.
It, yeah. Because I won't go as far as to say that either, even though I'm it's kind of cheekily doing it, but really that's not what I think. I don't think that he necessarily has anything against women or anything like that. But it's a little ironic that some of the ones that he's been fiercely against in some of these situations has been women. I just find it a little bit ironic.
I mean, I'll say this for sure. He looks down on people who aren't him.
I mean, yeah, that seems to, I think that's fair. It seems to come across.
Like, even in the tweets that he was tweeting at me today, it reminded me, like, you can draw parallels between that and the DMs between him and Primink.
Yeah. It's wild, man. So here's the part with Noah
Pothoven.
Pothoven?
Yeah.
Released my first video on Repzilla. I was reached out to by someone named Tanya Mayer, who was close friends with a girl named Noah Pothoven. Noah Pothoven was a Dutch mental health activist and author who tragically passed away in 2019. She was in an immense amount of pain due to an assortment of mental health issues and intense PTSD from being sexually assaulted a number of times when she was under the age of 15. She had reached out to a euthanasia clinic for assisted suicide, to which she was denied since she did not have her parents' permission. Many media outlets falsely reported that her passing was due to assisted suicide when that in fact was not the case. Repzilla made a video covering the situation on how there was misinformation that was being spread. For once, I actually thought this would be an objectively good video until it took a nosedive when he began criticizing the girl for committing suicide. He then compared her pain that she had gone through to the trauma he had with his brain injury from his car accident and how he was strong enough to push through that pain. This is absolutely disgusting, not just because Repzilla started making the subject about himself, but because he was making a false equivalence.
This 17-year-old child not just feeling like she had nowhere else to go, nowhere to turn, and that her life was essentially over, really deeply saddens me because it always gets better. I remember back in 2017 after my accident, it was just deep depression, and we've all been there. And if I had done anything, if I had just given up then I wouldn't have all you guys now. And I've had multiple times throughout my life where things just seemed so dark, and you just move forward. I mean, it's hard and it's difficult, but you got to go.
Dude, again, yeah, he's talking about one big situation that happened to him where this girl had like 3 big.
Well, no, and the other thing is, when I was listening to that clip, I had to go back and look at the title because I was like, am I listening to a video of him like talking about his like experience with having a car accident, or is he like talking about this girl's like situation? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's so weird. I mean, that's not
like, I have no problem if he was saying that stuff in a video about like his personal experience, but he was doing this in a video. And it came up because he was criticizing the girl for starving herself.
Yeah.
And I do give context to why that happened, because the girl that reached out to me reached out to him a number of times to get into a call to tell him the full story that he didn't have the answers to because he was just going off of articles and stuff, to be fair.
Yeah.
But he basically entertained the idea. He's like, yeah, sure, you can get into a Discord call. And then you'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself.
He could have gotten the full context of it.
These things happen. You're going to feel bad. Not every day is going to be the best day, man. But just from my experience, and I've been there, it does get better. As I said, I am going to put some resources down below for you guys. And if you need to reach out to me, any social media, you can reach out to me any way that you feel comfortable, because I'm here for you. And as always, you can reach out to me on Discord, email, whatever you feel comfortable with doing.
But in all seriousness, though, if you're feeling down or depressed or you need someone to talk to, reaching out to your favorite influencer should be the last of your options.
I agree.
Having a traumatic brain injury is a very different
and that's the other thing is there was a tweet of his where he was like complaining. It was recently after he released Opening Up. He was like, oh, like I always get like and to be fair, it's like, yeah, influencers always get like weird messages from fans and stuff, but it's like you literally brand yourself as somebody who you're like, I'm open to talk, anybody can talk to me, and then it's like, I don't know, this dude's like a walking contradiction. It's fucking insane.
I mean, it is.
Also, what's up, Louie?
Louie in chat, what's up, Louie? What's going on?
Long time no see.
Wow. All right, let's continue.
Being assaulted multiple times as a child. It's common sense not to compare one person's personal trauma to someone else's, and anyone who does that is just plain stupid. Tanya actually commented on his video saying there was missing context he failed to add about Noah's passing. She reached out to him on Instagram to provide more information regarding Noah's state and what she was going through when she was in recovery. Repzilla responded and asked to set up a Discord call with her to share more, which, after him being late to responding and sleepy, never got back to her about the call. After a number of failed attempts at getting him to answer her calls, fed up with his incompetence, Tanya sent a last string of messages to him and reminded him that the video was still up, and he didn't even make the effort to clarify the misinformation on Noah, even though he was well aware that there were errors. I'm going to read out the messages between Repzilla and Tanya.
That's also why I think it's stupid when he's like demanding, like, you need to correct the record. It's like, well, you also have been asked by other people to do the exact same thing, and instead of doing that, you fucking ghost them.
Yeah, you blow them off.
Yeah. It's deflection, that's all I'm saying.
Because English is not her first language, so I will try to read them the best I can. Hey Repzilla, I know you don't know me and this is an older topic. I wanted to ask
Just
about
keep doing
the
God's
video
work right here.
about Noah Pothoven.
With the
She was my
translation.
best friend before her passing.
It
And I
was a
still
bit
have a lot of
difficult,
grief
but-
in me. I do love what you make, and it showed up again on my homepage. I did watch it now for the second time because this was all in the news and was not what happened. We lived at the same mental health unit for a year. The last year of her life, she was out of option. An ECT is what made her go back at her ED and self-harm. She was 17 years old, not an adult. It got so bad that she stopped eating and drinking, and with already a broken body, she went into a coma at the hospital. The hospital gave her a feeding tube when she was in a coma. After a week, there was a hospital bed that was brought to her house. Awakened outpatient, nobody could help her anymore. So I was there every day. Part that says she got a choice to die with help is not the case. She was too young, only when 18 years and older was the law at the time. So the tube was needed to let her stay alive. She did want to sleep in, but the suffering in being 17 gave no choice and the tube got out. And
So is this, she sent him like videos?
Yeah, basically from what I was told, it was just like videos of like where the location was of the hospital and stuff.
Okay.
Because she did that with me too. She sent me like pictures and like locations of like where this Dutch hospital was.
Wow.
For mental health.
Very thorough. And this person, you're able to confirm that they did know her personally.
Yes.
And
Did
okay,
she? She has proof. She actually, I'm not gonna show it, but she did show me the suicide note from the family. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
But I'm not gonna talk about that.
No, of course, no, of course, out of respect. No, that's fine.
She starved to death. Her mom did not want to make her go through more pain, and she also had psychosis at that point.
I know you're
so we know she is dying, but she was in so much pain for years now and can't get the injection. We needed to let her go and not force anything on her again. What was now, at this point, for more than 5 years. When she passed, DID Media read an interview they did with her a year before, where she says she wished that the injection was an option. I got news outlets that DID called for months. Her parents also. Her mother in tears on TV also explaining that was not the case and it hurt that people thought that. We tried to block the media as it was heartbreaking. It was June 2nd on the day of her passing. The day that I went was my birthday, so I wanted to see her, but it became a shock and a trauma for me and a total crime scene. The report says neutral death. If you stop eating and drinking, your body just gives out. This video has much misinformation, and people still have the idea that she got the help of a doctor. I did find myself really bad and scared to ask if you can give the correct info about her in the description or have it not online. I know to make things like that is a lot of work, and I get if you leave it public. And I'm asking this not from a bad place. It showed up again, and I'm wanting to ask it. I'm sorry for asking. I get that it is much work, and get it if you let it be how it is now. If I can clear information, or you want proof of my friendship with Noah, please feel free to ask, or ask for any details I didn't share. The time of her last therapy, I was in an ICU for mental health, next to where she got the ECT. I stayed at the ICU place from Parnasia K-Cap, Nectarine Strat. She did go to the outpatient Mango Strat. There is one clinic there, and also there's a center for all the additional drugs that can help. It's kind of like a mental health mini-city. I have stayed in 5 places there. I have now been in healthcare for more than 13 years, with still not really knowing why. We think now that I have the conversion disorder, what showed up in borderline polydrugs disorder, and an eating disorder, but this is all conversion disorder, or functional neurologic symptom disorder as it's named. Noah and I were in an ICU for eating disorders in 2015. Long text, I try to explain it as good as I can. I'm Dutch, so my English is bad. Sorry for that. Thanks for the time. Hope that I explained the situation as best I could. And that's basically how she closes her message off. Tanya then links the video that Repzilla made on Noah Pothoven. Repzilla responds and says, let's have a call tomorrow on my Discord server if you have time. Tanya responds and says, I'm Dutch, but if you give me time and a link, I'll find the time. I'm still in lockdown. Those messages were from June. Now skip all the way to October, and Repzilla then replies and says, sorry, I got this late. So if you could download Discord app and add his
he did the same shit to Dez. He did the same shit to Dez about the Asman stuff. Like, because how he and Dez, like, basically got into it or whatever is he took one of Dez's Eugenia Cooney tweets out of context and in his video framed it as her being pro Anna. So like that's why the whole Asman shit kind of got out to us. He didn't correct the record on having her tweet in his video until like after he released his opening up video. And then he's like, sorry, I was away.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Like, I have the DMs between them, and I think Emmy, I share them in the video. I don't know if you want me to share them publicly, like all of them, but yeah, because Emmy and Des
I think
have them.
still. I mean, so, but man, 4 months, dude.
Yeah,
wow.
He does that shit. It's always like, oh, I'm sleepy. Like, I didn't mean to like miss. And he's like, I just came back. It's like, no, you didn't. Like, you were online doing other stuff, and then you just decide to respond later when it bites you in the ass or whatever. It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, well, I think that kind of shows.
It shows how lazy he is.
Well, not just how lazy, but it shows, that it. I mean, you would think that it would be important, right? You said, hey, let's talk tomorrow. I would think you saying something like that is, you're putting great importance in it, that it's important for you to correct the record, stuff like that. But it, to me, it just shows it really wasn't a priority. He didn't care.
He doesn't
much,
actually care. I mean? That's the thing. And it's like,
now that could be due to the fact that maybe he legit forgot. Maybe, I don't know. It could be due to his condition. I don't know. But I would hope that, again, if you have a condition that affects memory or anything like that.
Do not even give him that courtesy about the brain injury thing, because that gives him way too much charitability to fall back on. I'm sorry. Like, the brain injury thing, like, dude, yeah. I knew a kid in high school who had a very similar brain injury to the one Repzilla had. It was a traumatic brain injury. Dude, motherfucker hacked the school iPads.
Well,
you can't fall back on that shit forever, dude.
Yeah, I'm giving him a little bit of an out, giving him a.
This is the same dude who said Primink's video gave his girlfriend a headache, and tried to fall back on that when it came up. Like, come on, you can't be giving this guy charitability like this. Yeah, dude, Primink was telling me, he's like, yeah, when I released my video, like
Repzilla's girlfriend.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, his girlfriend had like a cold or something at the time. And
wait, you covered that in this, right? Don't you? Like earlier,
no, I don't mention the fact that
I don't think you.
I didn't mention that because it wasn't like super important. But like when Primink released the video, he like tried to fall back on sympathy, being like, oh, my girlfriend got a headache because of the video.
Oh my goodness!
It's like, stop. He begs for anything. He'll find anything to weaponize.
So freaking weird, man.
He's a cocksucker, dude. What can I say? There's no way of putting it lightly, dude. He fucking sucks. Dude, he literally in my video, I have the like audio of him when he was calling into petty pages where he's like, Nick and I were supposed to be homies, but if he just wants to go around and say he beat some guy with a head injury on a debate, then that's all cool on you. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Diorio never went around saying shit like that. Like, I don't understand why he decided to like pull that. It was so weird.
It was. I remember when he was on there, and so I saw Redski's video. I'm gonna be responding to it. Saw that too.
It's kind of sad that like it took him like 4 months to put out a half-assed like video that he did, and it takes me half of that time, and I put out a better product.
Yeah, no, you did.
I'm gonna flex that. Like, I'm gonna be petty and flex that. Like, I don't care.
Yours is way more detailed and meticulous, like I said, and you don't.
Well, I made it more interesting by playing fucking background music and not like all fucking dead in the audio where he. Oh my god, that's a whole nother beast on its own.
This bitch just went up. Hold on.
How Tanya then responds and says, I have added you on Discord. Around this, her mother also did go on Dutch TV and said how much this hurt her. So I can send that also. It's in Dutch, but don't know if there's any English in it now. And she links a clip from a TV show from the Netherlands where Noah Pothoven's mother goes on to talk about all the misinformation media outlets were spreading regarding Noah's death. It's a short bit of it, but they say it's false. The total clip is long, with also a part where you can hear her ask the president for help. I can't watch, it still hurts. By the way, my Discord name, and then she puts her Discord name. Repzilla then replies and says, hey, I'm sorry I got this so late. Initially, I closed DMs on Instagram so I could better manage replies. Tanya says, it's okay. I did try last month, kinda blocked it. There's no time to click on DMs. I'm assuming when she said like block it, I think she meant she called Repzilla last month, but then she kind of forgot about it. After that, Repzilla says, Tanya says, no, sorry for seeing this late. Sorry, I'm not 100% well myself, so I also am not clear. Repzilla says, oh, are you okay? Tanya says, I'm at the hospital, but fine. ED relapse. Repzilla says, I see. I'm sure they will take good care of you. Tanya says, yes, it's going to be okay. Just now not clean because the meds they give. Could be worse. Hope you're okay? Repzilla says, I'm about to fall asleep, but I'm fine. Tanya says, hope you sleep fine. Here we start the day now. Haha, CET time. Repzilla says, good night, get well soon. Tanya then says, good night, I'll do my best and stay safe. Those messages were in 2020. Now we cut to November 20th of 2021, and Tanya says, hey, I literally wait now a year for a response, and the video is still up with misinformation and no correction in the comment or the description. I want to ask again for you to correct the information or take the video down. This is misinformation about the death of a 17-year-old. The two links to the news about the cause of death also back up my claim. Also here when you Google it, and she gives another link this time to the Washington Post. Lisa Worstveld, a Dutch lawmaker who had visited Noah before her death, and she was surrounded by family and friends in her living room, said she was struck by the teenager's strength. She told the Gelderlander that it was nice to see her again, although the circumstances were surreal. The spokeswoman for Westerveld told the Washington Post that she did not know more about the circumstances of the teenager's death. I will never forget her, the lawmaker vowed. We will continue her struggle. The health minister struck a similar tone, saying, our hearts go out to her family and friends. The family must now be allowed to grieve for Noah in peace, he added. As you can see, after the final messages, he left her on red. Since Repzilla was too incompetent to hear Tanya out and look at the information that was sent his way, I'll correct what he failed to do and give the side of the story she wanted to tell. Noah was hospitalized often for numerous suicide attempts. Her parents were very much worried about her and did everything they could to try and help her. She was already suffering from depression, anxiety, anorexia, and BPD alongside the PTSD. Her parents, out of desperation, did sign off on her getting electroshock therapy, which unfortunately didn't help as it caused her to develop psychosis. For someone underage who is already going through a lot, this can cause even more pain and distress. She did end up passing away due to starving
your frontal
herself
lobe
to
is not
death.
fully
However,
developed
it wasn't a
at that age
situation where
either.
her friends and family unquestioningly let it.
Fucking electroshock therapy just fucks people up in general. We've seen it with gay conversion therapy. We've seen it when they did it with like the Indians.
Yeah. I mean, well, especially like I said, especially considering you're doing it on somebody that whose brain hasn't fully developed. Also, you know what I mean? It's just like of course it's gonna be even worse. You know what I mean? I mean, seeing how bad it can mess up a fully grown adult. Imagine a kid, like I said, who already has problems and also doesn't have a fully
dude, we're talking about she had PTSD from like the sexual assault stuff. She had BPD, she had another personality disorder, she had depression, anxiety, and then she developed psychosis after the electroshock therapy treatment. Like this girl was going through and I say it in my video too, like we'll get to the point. She was going through an unimaginable amount of pain that I think nobody on this fucking planet could understand or empathize with. Like I can sympathize because I can only understand somewhat, but I've never felt that pain myself. Neither has Repzilla.
Yeah. You also got to imagine whatever medication she was on too. You know what I mean?
Well, I get into that. You get into the reason why she starved herself because they could have force-fed her, but you'll see why. You'll see why they shouldn't and didn't.
Let me get this one. Thank you, Zombie Fox, for 2. My GF has a headache. KL plus ratio plus car crash W.
Goddamn Zombie.
Dang, Zombie. Zombie wild, man.
It happened. They ultimately decided that force feeding would be a risk to Noah's safety, as tube feeding in the Netherlands is not overseen by nurses. Instead, they give instructions, the medical supplies, the medication.
And this is an image that the woman I interviewed sent me herself. It's a picture of her tube with her medication.
Oh my goodness.
It's self-injected, basically. They're like, here's the meds, here's the equipment, and go do it yourself.
Wow.
So, and
home to inject the formula into themselves. This makes it unfortunately easy to overdose on the medication, as Tanya described how one time she herself went into cardiac arrest twice when she mixed the medication with alcohol. The reason force feeding was off the table was because there was a high probability that Noah would have made her.
Oh, real quick, my bad. Redski, Emmy responded. She said, "You can flex it all you want. You've earned it." So I guess that's a response to what you had asked before. So.
Overdose on the medication. She chose not to eat or drink, and there was nothing else they could do to stop her body from shutting down without causing her more pain. Here's the post that Noah made before she died. The beginning was an annotation that her mother made, updating everyone with the final message. Afterward is Noah's original words. The post is in Dutch, but I translated it the best I could. May
So
30th.
stop right here.
Yeah, I end up just reading it in English, but I didn't have a picture of it to translate.
Yeah, no, but I remember. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me move a little bit forward here so you can.
I am on strong pain relief.
Because it's pretty.
Thanks for your support
stuff.
always. It's fine this way. It will be posted here in a while when I die, so that will be automatic. Clear. Love from Noah. The anguish that Noah suffered is unimaginable, and for Repzilla to criticize her for not pushing through this pain and then comparing it to his traumatic brain injury makes me fucking sick. Come the fuck on, dude. I knew you were pathetic, but this is beyond pathetic for you. As you can see, what we're dealing with here is an individual with a messiah complex who relies on emotionally charged people to push narratives and go after others, which, if I'm gonna be honest, applies to a lot of creators on YouTube. But what makes Repzilla different is the obsessive lengths he's willing to go to in order to avoid responsibility, and in some cases, straight up try and cover up his shitty behavior. His video addressing everything and his actions afterward prove that Repzilla has not changed, and based on how long he's been doing this and what he's like behind the scenes, he seems straight up incapable of changing. There isn't any other way of putting it. Repzilla takes himself way too seriously to the point that it's comical. He's proven himself to be a habitual liar who lacks self-awareness and deflects all his mistakes and wrongdoings onto other people. That's pretty much all there is to it, point blank, period. While doing research...
Redski with a heat.
I'm just being honest.
No. I hear you, man. Yeah, it's... No, I think you did a good job, man, breaking it all down. I watched this the other night. I was like, dang, man, Red really went into detail, man. Like you went like some of the stuff, bro. I mean, you went into DMs, bro, like specific DMs. Were for what's up, Sen?
Yo, I'm just
Sen, what the fuck is up, dude?
Stopping by, showing my boys support real quick.
Appreciate it.
I gotta get back to, unfortunately, just making my video and putting a couple edits. It's really fun. It's the stream you and me did yesterday, Redski.
Oh, with your grandpa?
Yeah, with my grandpa Rev, and he's being naughty in Discord servers, John. He's being fucked up. So gotta go over that. And I'm just putting a couple other things that we didn't, put yesterday, Redski, because we were just so caught up in the fucking... Dude, those messages are fucking insane. They were fucking terrible.
I know, it was crazy, dude.
So I got to put together a couple more things that we missed out. But yeah, it should be out by today or tomorrow. It's gonna be
nice.
funny.
So it's gonna have some stuff to break down. Yeah.
It's just some old guy. Like he's think of a failure version of you, John. Like he's somebody who doesn't go. He's like you if you were a fucking loser and a failure. Pretty much.
Oh, looks like Repzilla joined Xylee's stream server. Looks like he's gonna confront me, guys.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna watch that. Oh yeah, I gotta watch that too. Oh fuck.
I'm gonna have to ask him to watch
we haven't even gotten food yet.
Dude, if he hasn't watched the video, is it even worth sitting in there debating him?
Dude.
Guys, is it even worth debating him if he hasn't seen the video? Because I'm gonna ask him if he's seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just make him look dumb if you're feeling up to it. If not, you're not required to do it.
Yeah.
So it's all up to you, really. Don't freak out too much. It's just Repzilla.
Oh no, I'm not scared. I mean, he's the one who should be scared.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I think my money's on Redski, man. If he does show up and they have a debate, I think that'll
okay, Xylee will talk to me later. Okay.
So I don't think that'll be difficult.
Yeah, go handle your business, dude. I'll be in the chat.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely
later. I gotta head out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out Xylee's stream. I'll link it here. I'll probably do a wrap up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing some edits, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of lunch.
But let me get that ready so y'all can check out Xylee's stream after this. I think she's
John. We'll talk later if you have time.
Yeah. We'll do it.
All right.
We'll definitely catch up. Peace. But we'll close that out here in a moment. But Xylee, did you schedule the stream yet? I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I see it here. But let me get this. Thank you, Demon King Drago, for the 5. Appreciate it, buddy. There's a special circle of hell for Rep, and I hope I'm running. I'm running it. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. What's up, Pokemon Go? What's up? Oh, I can't hear you if you're there, Pokemon Go, wherever you are. Appreciate you being here, Emmy. Thank you. I know you're losing sleep. I know you're on the other side of the world. Appreciate you being here. But thank you, GG Evans, for the 2. Just wanted to say tipster stocks IBB with alts. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay. Pokemon Go is back. What's up, Pokemon Go?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. What's up? What's up, Pokemon Go? What's up?
Dude. I had to see if you're all right, dude, because
yeah. We'll talk about off stream. I know what you I know what you can say. We'll talk about that off stream when we go off stream.
No. But I had a dream. We were playing Pokemon Go the other day. For real. And for real, I don't know why. Like I can't picture this for real, but I was getting real annoyed. Because you were like, dude, I don't know how to catch these Pokemon. Like, what am I supposed to do? And like, I was where you were at, and like you're like, yeah, I got a lot of Pokestops over here. So like, and like, it was like my dream was like if you live down the street, right?
Yeah.
So I just went over there, and then like you were new, and I was excited. I was like, all right, dude, I got someone to play with. All right, this is gonna be sick. And then you just kept, how do I do this? What do I do with this? How do it's like, dude, and I kept saying, it just explains it on the screen. It's very easy. Yeah, but how do I do this? And I was like, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, but this isn't the same as Pokemon. Like, you thought it was like the old Game Boy kind of games. I'm like, no, it's totally different. Yeah, but how come I can't do this? And I'm like, oh, dude, John, it's a different game, man. Not the same thing. And I'm like,
you know the funny thing about that is?
I woke up so like bothered. I woke up so bothered. I was like, there's no way this dude doesn't know how to play Pokemon Go. Like, there's just no way.
But you know the funny thing about that is I've never played Pokemon Go, so I probably would be like that at first. I'd be like, Louis, what do I do, Louis?
Yeah, dude, no, like for real. I was legit annoyed. Like for real, like in the dream. Like no, but it was like it was fake. It was fake. You were being really and not just annoying. It was really like ultra clueless. Like there's no probable way that you'd ever act like that if you had Pokemon Go in your hands. There's no fucking way. So like in my dream, I was just like, this is the worst thing. I shouldn't even come over. What the fuck is going on, man?
Why did I ask him to play Pokemon Go? I knew it was a mistake. I knew it was a mistake.
but I swear it wasn't like the fucking kids will say a boomer moment. It wasn't even that, dude. It wasn't that at all. It was just ultra beyond irritating how you didn't know how to do anything. And I'm just like it was like a special day too. So I'm like, I'm trying to catch it. Louis, look, give me. Then you're like, let me see, show me how. And like, you had to keep handing me your phone. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go.
You know, the thing is that would have been me. That would have been me like circa 2000, like 10 or 11 when smartphones were first becoming like really, really like popular and stuff. You know what I mean? So if it had come out around that time, because I was like the last person I know to get a smartphone, so I would have been like, what the fuck? How do I do this? You know what I mean? That would have been me, like back in 2011 or 12 or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's got a smarphone. So I think I first got a smartphone like in 2011.
You know what, dude? I didn't get a phone. One of my ex-girlfriends bought me a smartphone back then because I still had a flip phone all the way to like my mid-20s, dude. I honestly didn't care for phone.
That was like me, bro.
I didn't really care for phones. Like I'm so late in updating them too, because all I want them to do is to be able to like watch a video, watch something, text, and get a call. Like I don't care for anything else.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much what I do. Like for me, like I remember when I first got I remember having a Nokia phone and just doing the text messaging stuff. I was like, oh, okay, text messages. Then the flip phone was like, oh, pictures, video now. You know what I mean? Cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like the smartphone, internet. Even though I do use the internet a lot on the phone, mostly for like videos and stuff like that too. But that's it. I mean, I don't get the full use out of what a smartphone is really capable of either. So Pokemon Go would have been able to me probably around that time too. Zombie Fox, thank you for becoming a member, buddy. Appreciate that. And I'm not ignoring the chat, Crow. I sent you the link. I saw what you said. I saw what you said, Crow. So, but I'm wrapping up the stream soon. If you want to jump in here, Crow, it'll still be on for at least 17 more minutes. If you want to jump in here,
17 more minutes.
17 more minutes exactly, because I gotta stop it. I gotta stop it exactly at that time frame. So I gotta set.
Oh, I see. Exactly. I see. It says live for 144.
Yeah. So it's got to be exactly. Oh, here's Crow. What's up, Crow? How you doing? I heard you fill out the other night. Are you okay? You good?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. That's blood sugar thing.
Got me concerned, man. Stop. You need to stop with that, man.
The thing is, yeah, I don't even know what happened. Like, I guess because normally I eat the same stuff, so it's easy to know what I'm supposed to take for my insulin. But I don't know what happened, and so I just got to watch it a little bit more carefully. I got really dizzy and out of it, and then even when the blood sugar goes back up, I have massive headache and I have trouble focusing.
Oh, geez, bro. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're okay, man. I'm glad you're okay. Crow's okay, everybody. He's alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. Yay. Alive. Also, how was the Redski video? Because I'm saving it for Monday.
Oh, you haven't watched it? It's a good video, man. It's super detailed, man. The one thing I like, he was very meticulous. I watched the video. I was like,
dude,
oh my God.
It's almost 2 hours. He better have been fucking meticulous. Yeah, what was he doing? Because what else is he gonna fucking do?
Here's the thing.
Twiddle his thumbs and whistle.
It's one of those videos where it's so meticulous that really there's no even though Repzilla could probably try to come back and be like, well, context. It's just like, nah, dog. There's plenty of context. There's no way you could argue there's not enough context. If anything, there's way too much fucking context. You know what I mean? Because he goes it's to the point where there's points in the video where it's almost to the point of monotony with some of the messages he gets into, but I understand why he did it. You know what I mean? You understand why Redski did it for exactly that reason, because it's like, okay, you can't say that there's not enough context because I provided pretty much all of it. You know what I mean? So that's not really something. And what's interesting is that Repzilla tried to go at him about it, I guess earlier today on one of Xylee's threads about it. Redski was talking about it and he had showed me before we went live about it, where he was just like, the only thing that Repzilla focused on was the fact that Redski, he went back to the whole thing where Redski was, you got the stalker thing wrong. And he's just like, dude, I correct that in the very, in the first 5 minutes of his video, he corrects that. You know what I mean? All the stuff that he got wrong, he corrects it in the first 5 minutes. So it's like, you didn't watch the video, dude. It's just that's literally in the first 5 minutes of the video. That's within the first minute and a half of the video, Yeah.
No,
he starts to get into the stuff that he got wrong in the last video, and he accounts for it. It's just so it's just bro, you didn't even watch it. What are you talking about? Why are you responding to the guy's video that you haven't even watched yet?
Wait, he's responded to this?
Well, he was trying to in Xylee's thread. He was like, oh, he got that wrong and this, and it's just and Xylee was like, did you watch the video? And he's like, I haven't watched it yet. He's like, what? She's like, why are you? She's like, why are you responding then?
Oh, goddamn. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So,
I legit thought that was MGK. You were watching the video.
MGK.
Yeah, I thought that was him. I was like, wait, who is this guy?
Oh, my God. Speedy Door, the Redski video is pretty good, Crow. That's what Speedy Door said.
Wait, hold on. What did they pay you in? Is that euros? Is that a euro? Ha! I know where he lives.
Yes. Oh no.
He's in Europe.
Don't tell him, Speedy.
Doxed. I got your ass.
Say no more, Speedy.
He's a European.
Yeah. Emmy says, Rep kind of looked like Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, he was responding. He was responding to it, and I think Xylee even told him or I think I don't know if it was Redski or Xylee, but they're like, well, why don't you come on tonight or whatever? Because he's going to be on Xylee's stream after this. That's why he left. That's why he went to go prep with her. But he's going to be on with Xylee at 8:00. And I don't know if Repzilla is going to show up over there, if they're going to have any kind of debate. I doubt it. It didn't sound like that's what's going to happen, but it'd be interesting if he did. My money's on Red. So,
I mean, look, the thing is, Repzilla's kind of a fucking pussy and a coward. He actually had Redski at the time on his video because Redski had made a mistake. And, the thing is, Repzilla had never shown some of the stuff that Redski had gotten wrong, right? Yeah. So he could have slapped Redski across the face, confronted him directly, and like, really dug in on that one point.
Well, he
right?
did. That's exactly what he did. But that's the problem, though.
But he never confronted Redski. No, he did. No, he never confronted Redski. He never.
No, he didn't confront him. But what I'm saying is,
Redski.
like in his response video to Redski's first video, that was like the main thing.
I don't think he even like. I don't think he even named Redski in that response video. Did he?
No, he. I don't think he did. But he just hyper focused on the whole stalker thing, right? And
my point is, he's a pussy.
Yeah, he didn't respond.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. I don't think he would show up to Xylee's stream if Redski is there. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But
if he wasn't, I think he'd show up and try to discredit Redski and sway Xylee into his side.
Well, look what he said here. Hold on, let me show you this. Let me bring up that thread where he basically tried to say that. GG Evans, thank you for the 2, buddy. Repzilla, the crash test W of YouTube. Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh, that's just mean, GG.
No, that was right on point.
Mean. Let me see. Hold on, let me go to it here because he actually responded to Redski, and he was like trying to look what he said to Redski here, because I'm not going to go over the whole thing again, but just so you see at least this part.
Okay.
Where he addressed him here. He told him to watch the fucking video, but
I love that. Good for you.
So he responded to this, right? He was saying, seriously, though, you guys know I can't really do a live thing at this time. I would likely get around to the video at some point, but check the evidence for God's sake. LOL, dude. Said I lived in Tennessee because of my old social profiles as definitive evidence. That's another thing that he corrected at the very beginning of the video that Redski did when he was correcting the whole stalker stuff. Yeah. That's when, Redski responds this, watch the video. You're spending all this time arguing on Twitter. Come to a conclusion and call into the stream tonight. This is my one and only offer.
Yeah, the thing is that the evidence with that girl, Redski never showed not Redski, fucking Repzilla never showed the evidence, right? It wasn't until Redski's video got so much attention that he finally showed evidence for what actually happened.
But then Redski corrects himself at the beginning of the next video.
That's what I mean. Like, getting something wrong when you literally are not given any evidence. And I was like, dude, when I looked at that, I was like, well, it's a he said, she said, because there's no fucking evidence, right?
Yeah.
And like for him, like, I mean, it makes sense that he got it wrong, right? And when he did get it wrong, he corrected it when Repzilla showed the evidence.
Well, you got integrity this way.
Absolutely. But that fucking snake, that little piece of shit, that fucking coward, that absolute fucking pussy Repzilla fucking goes out there and goes like, oh, but he got this wrong. Just look at the evidence. What a fucking pussy. God fucking damn it. Well, I hate this guy.
Well, I
legit hate this guy.
Check out what else he says. I'll tell you what. Show me the evidence that I made a deal with RSN to take down those videos about me. Seems fair, and best believe when I watch the video, I'll ask for evidence for other things. So Redski responds, the evidence was what was said in a 2-hour call. I can ask RSN to upload it and make it public for everyone to see. And then Repzilla says, you act like a threat. Like that is a threat. It was me that wanted the call recorded. It's interesting watching you react when you know what I know. Do your live. It's your credibility in question here, not mine. I was like, what? look at what Sam responded. How hard did you hit your head to think that Redski is the one with credibility issues in this scenario would lead people to think that you must have bashed it quite a bit. Positivity turtles. Damn, son. You have to kill him. Oh, man. But yeah, it's interesting. He talks about credibility. It's just like, dude, really? Want to talk, man?
I love credibility. I want to talk about credibility.
Well, you have some, so you can. You actually have some, so you can. Yeah, but Repzilla, not so much.
Dude, what a fucking piece of shit. What a fucking cowardly piece of shit. Where's your credibility in question? Oh, you bitch. He's got like what?
Go off,
2,000 subs? No, but let's be real. He's got like 2,000 subs. One video out there with like 200,000 views. Look, realistically, Repzilla could have just fucking ignored it. He really could have just fucking ignored it. But he had to respond. He has to respond. God, what a dumbass. Honestly, but he's so dishonest when he does. He's so dishonest when he fucking does.
I thought Crow was sick.
He's better
my
now.
diabetes thing.
Oh.
He's
I
better
thought
now.
Crow
He's
wasn't
better now.
feeling good.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
He's
I'm
feeling
good.
better now.
No, fuck that, dude. No, I mean, like, look, dude.
He's got a
fuck
second
that
win.
Guy. Yeah, you know, like, let's be real. Like, Omrek or Repzilla, same fucking person. Same fucking person. Just to get,
don't
just
give
to
him
give,
ideas,
just
man.
to give you an idea.
Don't give
what
him
you're
ideas.
fucking
They
dealing
might
with here.
collab.
Except
Stop.
for fucking Repzilla's got a
They
southern
might
accent.
team up. Stop, Crow. No, you're giving
God.
ideas. No,
Nah.
stop it. They might team up together. Stop
fucking
it.
God. Yeah, team up to do what? The Legion of fucking Autism. Jesus Christ. I got a guy with like permanent TBI.
Oh,
fucking hell, dude.
GG Evans for the 2. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Sen just ejected Rep through the windshield. Oh, no. GG Evans, no.
Oh, God damn. I just
man.
How many fucking opportunities do you have? Here's the thing. I mean, let's be real. The stuff that he's done, bad stuff. Absolutely. It's not irredeemable. Like, if you actually wanted to change, you fucking could. But the fucking pussy can't. He can't do it. This is who he is. This is who he wants to be. And he should be forever shamed for the sad sack of human being he's become.
Well, look, this is, and we mentioned this earlier, and it still remains. If the guy is not capable of taking these situations and really, because he's a person that makes it seem like he's objective about the stuff that he does, but he's really not. At least not that I've seen. I've yet to see a video of his where I could say that was an objectively good take, or the video was objective at all. I mean, I think at least the videos I've seen of his, not good.
Bro, I just
I haven't
how
seen
he's
a single one
rewriting
yet.
history on his Eugene Cooney content. What a fucking cowardly bitch. Just admit what you fucking did. Like, how hard is this?
No, the thing is, the biggest issue, and like I said it, and I'll say it again, the biggest issue I have with his content is whether he's doing it knowingly or not. He shouldn't be talking about this stuff if he has no way to present the information.
Let's be real. Like,
and rationally.
If you're
I
gonna
don't
say
think
like
he should be talking about any of the stuff that he talks about. I think he
if
should be doing something different.
I completely agree. But if you're saying like, you shouldn't be talking about this stuff if he can't like, present it objectively. I agree with that. And
not just objectively, but it's just correctly.
Like,
what I mean?
At
least correctly. If not object. Because look, he could have whatever opinion he wants on a situation.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But it's
at least
even if it's wrong completely, right? Even if it's something
be honest
wrong
with what the evidence is.
Yeah,
like he misleads people all the fucking time. He says things exist that do not exist. Right? The fucking what was it? The fucking it was over Eugene Cooney. Like, that guy's just a fucking snake. And he's so dishonest. God,
you have situations. Well, you have situations with him too, where he's literally, put his definition of what he thinks a word means, and it's just like, bro, that's not how that works. You can't. What, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. Like with the you remember that, right? With the whole grooming thing, right? It's just like, bro, no, that's you're making up a definition that doesn't exist for it to fit your narrative. It's just like, no, that's not. You're doing a disservice to your audience and anybody else who happens to watch this video, right? That tries to look at you as any kind of a credible
source.
I'm
going back to your YouTube channel really quick because I have to do something.
No, do what you got to do.
No, in the chat. Everybody go like this. Go like these tweets, okay, from Redski and Sen. All right, and go help ratio fucking Repzilla.
Oh, no. Zombie Fox for 2. Thank you, buddy. The guy's pulling a tipster.
I'm gonna post in my server.
Dog WTF. I don't know what that means. But I will take your word for it, Zombie. Emmy says Crow is saying what we all are thinking. I mean, look, like I said, I've seen enough of the guy, at least in the commentary space, to know, or at least in my opinion, that I don't know, man. It's not a good commentary channel. And really, when he's talking about people specifically, I mean, it's just that's dangerous, man. When it comes to allegations,
he's just not a good person.
Yeah, but when it comes to what he's talking about, though, allegations, stuff like that, I mean, that's
that's a different.
He's dangerous by I don't know, either by virtue of either sheer ignorance or just absolute recklessness, carelessness, however you want to view it. Again, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe because of his, situation, because of the accident he was in. And again, I know I'm being charitable here when I say this, that maybe the way he sees the information in the head is not the way it comes out. You know what I mean? Or the way he, like
John,
things he wants to
could
say,
you remind
maybe,
the audience
but,
what happened to Repzilla's head?
I mean, I don't know, man. I guess it got wrecked. I don't know. Maybe it got wrecked. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being a dick. But I don't know, man. Again, regardless of this of what it is, yeah, I don't think he should be talking about any of this stuff. Maybe he'd be better off making other kinds of videos. Just my opinion. It just he just doesn't seem good at this.
Yeah, no,
and not that I'm saying that I'm great at making any
the thing is his
commentary content or anything
we can
like
say
that,
but here, let's be real. If he tried to go and change to a different topic, his audience would abandon him.
Probably.
They're all in on this shit. I mean, like
probably. You're probably
they
right.
are nuts. They believe that they are fucking righteous crusaders. Righteous crusaders are the biggest fucking idiots. But like, you've got a ton of them, right? And they all think that they're fucking heroes.
Leave Alex Scorpio alone.
But I mean, that's just like how they see themselves. So like, if you take that away from them, they're not going to stay with Repzilla. They want to be with Repzilla when he, exposes Eugene.
No, of course.
And how she's like, manipulating her audience by showing them her underwear. Fucking creep! I swear to God.
Stupid shit.
Fucking creep, dude.
It's dumb shit. But that's where we'll leave it at, because we're running on 2 hours here. And let me go ahead and link. I don't know if Zally finally put up the link to her stream, but I'll link her channel if anything. For anybody that doesn't know, show her some love, because she's gonna have my boy Redski on. He's gonna be going over this stuff with her, and maybe who knows?
He's making the media tour right now.
Yeah, he's making the rounds. He's making the rounds. So we gotta support him. We gotta support him.
Oh wait, her stream is live right now. I mean, it's starting up. Hold on.
Oh, is it?
I'll give you the link.
Okay. I see it here. So let's see if I got it. So we'll go ahead and link it here. I'll link it here in the chat. For those of you, go show Xylee some love. And yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I appreciate each and every one of you showing up. Thank you, Demon King Drago, GG Evans, Zombie Fox, Speedy Door, Devend. Thank you all for the super chats. Much appreciated, Demon King Drago. He said didn't say that, which I think I did. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Devend, thank you all very much. I will catch you all.
It sounds like you have a bunch of like dark monsters from Yu-Gi-Oh in your chat.
Dude,
I appreciate you all joining me.
So much Master Duel lately.
Me too. That thing, you know what?
I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow.
John, wait, real quick. Wait, Crow.
Yeah, what's up?
You know what I hate? Though in the Master Duels, when you do the story modes and you unlock those packs, they only unlock for 24 hours, and I didn't know that.
Yo, the secret packs. Well, here's the thing. What you need to do is get resources, build a secret rare from a deck type you want, and that will unlock that pack for you for 24 hours, and then just unload all of your gems from story mode into it. That's what I did, and I've got a Dark Magician deck, I've got a Cyber Dragon deck, and I'm working on a Toon deck. And I have a Red Eyes deck.
How up to date is Master Duel to the actual card game right now?
It's pretty up to date. I mean, there are some cards it doesn't have for sure, but like I would say like no like Red Eyes Dragoon or anything like that. But
okay, so it's not that. Yeah, I wanted to try that deck because like I see them using.
But like it's got like Magician Soul in it, and that's I think that card was released 2-3 years ago. So
no, I need that Dark Magician, the Dragoon.
No, like I do. By the time that thing gets, I don't think that they'll ever drop that into Master Duel. I think it's going to get banned. It's banned in the OCG.
Yeah, but still, like I don't know, just for fun though, because I like this game a lot. The only thing
it's great. I'm just saying, like Red Eyes Dragoon is fucking broken as shit.
Oh, I know. That's why I wanted to try it because like I don't really.
I built a deck. I built a deck for fucking Dark Magician. I played it. That thing is just insane. When it hits the field, you are not getting rid of it.
I'm gonna have to get more informed on that. See, the Yu-Gi-Oh thing that I remember when it came out, never got into it. I saw a couple episodes, I think, of the anime series when it first started, and I was just like, okay.
you have to watch the Crunchyroll Japanese version. It's totally different. Like,
it's so great.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no,
so
John,
much
John,
different.
John, John. If you
I'll have to check
don't
it
want to do any of that, watch Little Karibo's Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series.
Oh yeah, that one's funny too.
That one's great.
I will try to do that, but we'll go ahead. I'm probably gonna stream again tomorrow. So for those of you in the chat, sorry that are joining late, I'll be streaming again tomorrow about 8 o'clock.
Hold on. I have an
Eastern Standard
idea.
Time, probably.
I have an idea.
What's up?
I have an idea. Ask your chat. Do they want to watch you do a stream where you review Little Karibo's Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series?
Maybe you guys should duel each other. Bro, you and Louis should duel each other, and I'll commentate on it, and I won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, he used that card. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it looks cool. And I'll just like say random shit.
Dude, I'm so far behind when I was playing against one of I think the Gladiator Beast. I didn't know what this dude was doing in the solo mode, and I had him with only 200 life points left. I had 8,000, and then I died. I'm like, what just happened? Like, and I had to go through the whole log and see like what their effects were. I'm like, dude, like I like it. Like I'm like I see you on it all the time. But I'm playing it on Xbox right now. I do have it downloaded.
Wait. Okay, so Louis, check out Team Samurai X on YouTube.
Yeah, I watch his stuff all the time. His editing's really good too.
Okay, so like what I'm saying right now, just build yourself like a secret rare dark magician. Because that will unlock the dark magician packs to buy, and then just drop all of your gems into it, and you'll build it like super quick.
You guys should do it. Like I said, I'll just commentate. I'll say quotes from the anime and shit. I'll be like, you have to believe in the power of the cards, Yugi, or some shit.
It's the heart of the cards, you bitch.
It's heart of the cards.
Hey, look. You got to let me fuck it up. That'll make it funnier.
No, it won't. It will aggravate the shit out of me. It'll actually piss me off if you're gonna fucking misquote fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Kaiba, believe in the cards, Kaiba.
He never even said it to Kaiba, you asshole! Shut up!
Joey, how are you from New York? It's in Japan. How's this possible?
God.
How do you have a Brooklyn accent when you're from Japan?
Yeah, that's why you gotta watch Little Karibo though, because it talks about this stuff.
They fucking make fun of all of it. It's great, dude.
But I like it when they say, I summon Slifer, executive producer.
Super ultra mega chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do all that shit. All right. All right, we'll go ahead and close out of here. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll be back tomorrow. Just be sure to be on the lookout for the announcement of the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll catch you all on the next stream.
Peace.